All right, let me see. Let me see if the stream's all set. We should be good to go. We actually should be live here on YouTube any second now. Uh, dude, I think so. I mean, there's been 3 trades today, but they're all like so small and borderline useless. It's like, uh, Curtis Lazar to the Devils for a 4th round pick. I mean, that's mid. Lazar's nothing too crazy. Yeah. No, that's not really moving any chains or anything. Yeah, 5 points, -5 in 45 games with the Canucks. Yes. Yeah, dude, that I didn't realize they lost 9-1 their first game with Marion Gaborik. I mean Yager, not Gaborik. Oh, dude. The Rangers? We got what are we up to 7 or 8 now? Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay. Yep. With Bathgate and Howell, right? Jesus Christ, man. Talk about a freaking jinx. Are you serious? Hit me. Holy Jesus, did you get that there? Holy Jesus. How'd you snag that? Right? That is absolutely wild. Right? Dude, that is sick. That crown is sick. Okay. Mm-hmm. Thanks for the reminder. Yeah. Right. Like just Lundqvist stuff. Make a mural. God, I haven't been at my desk in a long time, and Grace has pretty much taken it over, and it's just like art, just like work stuff, just like everything that I don't need in my space right now. Love her to death, but she is taking over. Alright, let me see. I'm pulling up some small. Hold on, let me screen share so you could see this too. Here it is. So I'm looking at just some small stats and see like what Curtis Lazar even does. Like maybe has he hit? Does he draw penalties or anything? That's actually a pretty high blocks per 60. That 5.37 for forwards actually is not bad. Let's do filters and we'll do it by the whole NHL. Let's see, was it 5.37 or something like that? Amongst you throw a defenseman in the mix. Wow, actually even with defenseman in the that is pretty high. Let's see. Yeah. Wow. That's not bad. Mm. Right. It's a national holiday. They are. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. That's actually pretty freaking funny. Seriously. Seriously. That's underrated. Oh my god, that's too fun. What are those from? Yes. No way. Yeah. Yeah. No. Oh, so there you go. So there's the Brennan Othman collection already starting. Right, right, right. I did not. I did not. Well, I was gonna say, yeah, just like a coach that'll allow them to play their game with almost zero pressure.
Yeah, and we cannot even make the argument that that he had time to develop. He's been in Vancouver like 5 days.
Right. Yeah, and he's already got a point, and it's already looking good. Okay, I think I fixed that audio issue, guys. Let me know if that works. Also, the Philadelphia Flyers just got Brendan Lemieux, 5th-round pick.
Oh man, the Flyers are just turning into like the Rangers alumni now.
It's a goon squad.
Kevin Hayes, D'Angelo, Tortorella coaching, and now Lemieux.
Man. Oh, and also D'Angelo, Lemieux, Hayes, Torts, and who'd they just have up the other day? They just had up one of our old AHL guys. I already forget who. Hold on, I gotta look at their roster because that's gonna mess me up because I thought they had somebody else too. Maybe I'm overthinking. Let's see. Just signed a former Ranger to like a stupid contract or something like that. Case Bellows, Lon Farabee, D'Angelo Stanham, York Sealer. Maybe I'm losing my mind and I'm thinking of somebody completely different. I must be. I'm thinking of somebody different. Never mind. Never mind. I'm just thinking of the wrong person. Okay. Disregard. Okay, good. So now, all right. So
Yeah,
now everyone can hear.
Vrana to St. Louis for Dylan McLaughlin and a 7th.
That's not a bad move, dude. I think Verona sells a pretty high ceiling, all things considered.
Yeah, there's the whole substance abuse thing where
Right.
he missed some games, so yeah, we'll see about that. But yeah, look, the Blues have nothing to lose here. Vrana 50% retained. He has 1 year left, so they get him at 2.6 million for 1 year.
Yeah, it's not bad, dude.
That's a risk. That's a risk you can take.
Right, exactly. Especially at a guy who was almost sitting at almost a point a game last time he played full time, right?
Yeah. Yeah, he was decent in
Braun,
Washington.
Justin Braun, that's who I was thinking of. Thanks for picking that up, Core Python.
Oh, Justin Braun. Okay. And then, of course, Max Domi to Dallas for Anton Khudobin and a second-round pick.
Mm-hmm.
And then the other thing that happened yesterday, Bukestad to the Edmonton Oilers. So it looks like the Western Conference got the memo that, you can make trades before the deadline.
Right.
Because until yesterday, it was all the East, man. It was just the East. I made a lineup of players traded at the deadline this year.
Mm-hmm.
That is a team that would make the playoffs.
Yes.
Like your top 6 would include Patrick Kane, Vladimir Tarasenko, Ryan O'Reilly, Bo Horvat, and Anthony Beauvillier. That's a team. That's a team that can make the playoffs. That can make the playoffs. Your top defensive pair would be Jacob Chikrin and Vladislav Gavrikov.
Who I'm a big Gavrikov fan. That guy is so underrated. Let's see. Actually, I'm a big Beauvillier fan. I know. I was actually in New York, with one of my best friends, and he's a huge Islanders fan, and he was actually pretty upset that they traded Beauvillier in the Horvat trade. I guess he's like a fan favorite, or was a fan favorite. Was Beauvillier.
Yeah, Beauvillier was a popular player, and he always did well against the Rangers. So
always, dude. I know Fitz GSN is big on him. That's like his guy.
Yeah, Beauvillier. Beauvillier was drafted with our first-round pick too.
The St. Louis trade, right?
Yeah, we traded it to Tampa, and then Tampa traded it to the Islanders. I don't know. I don't know what the trade was. Maybe they traded down.
I think that's what it was, because they did the same thing with the Joshua Hosang pick, because the Hosang pick was initially ours too. Those jerks. They knew what they were doing. We don't expect the Rangers. So here we got a question.
But hey, listen. We drafted Igor Shesterkin with a pick that the Islanders traded away. So
yes, yeah, we'll take wins where we can. We got a question.
Exactly.
We got a question from Nissa here. We don't expect the Rangers to make any moves today, right? Don't see why at this point we don't even have the cap. Yeah, I don't. Barring any absolute extreme surprises or maybe LTIR usage, which I don't think any of us expect, the Rangers probably are not making any moves today. But I mean, never say never. I mean, no one who would have thought the Rangers would have somehow made room for Patrick Kane, and yet here we are. So you never know, but I would not be optimistic about it.
Yeah,
I wish, especially because seeing Nick Bonino get traded for was it a 5th and a 7th? I mean, that was crazy. God, I wish. I'm a big Nick Bonino fan. Let's see, Nick Bonino.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what stat I'm really, really getting into lately, and what I used a lot when I was doing my trade deadline research was the penalties drawn versus penalties taken. Like the net penalties per 60. I know it's a weird stat to look at, but especially for a team like the Rangers where the penalty kill it's solid, but it's kind of mid. I think it's huge.
Look, the net penalties per 60 for me is important when you look at bottom 6 players.
Yes.
So your top 6 players you will judge by the goals they score, the scoring chances they create, the assists. But when it comes to your bottom 6 guys, there are other factors that play into their value, and especially Gauthier was a huge player when it came to penalties per 60, net penalties per 60. He was always like top of the team.
He's third in the NHL.
Very high up in the league.
He's third in the NHL. The only 2 people in front of him in the second spot, Colin Blackwell, and number 1, Tyler Mott, with a 0.5. Holy shoot. So it's 1.91 for Mott, 1.44 for Blackwell, and 1.37 for Gauthier, with Jack Quinn in 4th at 1 point. That's crazy. That is a crazy stat.
And that is where you get part of the value for your bottom 6 players, especially fourth liners. Your fourth liners, in a perfect world, your fourth liners are penalty killers who draw penalties.
Yes, 100%.
That's where you get the value. But if you can scroll up there, so you see Mott, Blackwell, Gauthier, great. Then you get a couple of guys that will be judged on other things, Jack Quinn, Troy Terry, Nico Hischier, Jack Hughes, Matty Beniers, Elias Pettersson, Connor McDavid, Joe Pavelski, Tarasenko. Those players will be judged by the goals they score and etc. But when you go down the list, you get the guys like Oscar Sundqvist. He was a guy that was high on my list for a fourth line
Yes.
role if we
Mm-hmm.
didn't get Mott, because we were always zoning in on Mott because of the familiarity there.
Right.
But there were other players as well that bring certain aspects to the game. That make them valuable. Yeah, Sammy Blais
That's
is
weird to see. I was not expecting Sammy Blais to be on this list.
Sammy Blais draws penalties. The problem with Sammy Blais, at least in New York, is that he didn't do anything else.
He didn't do a damn thing. It is a shame. I think injuries definitely completely derailed his Rangers career because, dude, that first season he had with us before the slew ban incident, man, was he good. Hands, passing, shooting, skating, hitting. He just did everything. But he just came back awful from that injury. He looked heavy, slow, just couldn't get out of his own way.
And if you say that Sammy Blais didn't work out with the Rangers, that doesn't mean that you're criticizing Sammy Blais unfairly.
Right.
This all is part of the equation. The injuries, the
Yes.
way he regressed, and then he goes back to St. Louis, and it's a fresh start for him.
It is.
And he pops a couple of goals in his first weeks back. That does the world to his confidence.
100%.
Yeah, so if you just sort by penalties taken per 60, this is kind of a flawed one because
It is.
it also includes offsetting minors and fighting majors.
Exactly. Mm-hmm.
Like if you look there at Austin Watson, he has seven major penalties
And a game misconduct thanks to last night.
Yeah. So most of those majors are fighting majors. So the other guy also, and that's where the penalty's taken.
Yeah, I wish there was one to
being
sort
so
by
icon-
minors. That would be nice.
What, you want to sort by minor penalties?
Yeah, like minor penalties per 60. Because that's, oh, wow, Pierre-Luc Dubois. Maybe we dodged a bullet by not getting Dubois.
Yeah.
Jeez, that's a lot.
But despite that, look at his penalties drawn. Like his net
Yeah.
penalty is a 1.
It is
Like
positive.
Svechnikov -5, Fiala -7, Sam Bennett -6, Sean Corrali
Wow.
-12.
Ooh, that's bad, especially for a depth guy like we were just talking about.
Look at number 15 for me, will you? On the list.
Oh my god.
-13, dude.
Oh, that's awful.
Yeah, can you sort on net penalty per 60 for me?
But
And
do the
then-
negative value?
The negative value?
Let's see. Derek Ryan, Cassian Maroon, Lucic. Yeah, Ryan Strome, 8th in the league. Oh my god, yuck.
Listen, unless these guys put up 40, 50 points at least, stay away from them.
No, you're
Stay away
100%
from
right. 100%. And what's Strome making it with $4.5 million?
$5 million a year.
Okay, so we pay an extra $500,000 to have Trocheck, who I'm not gonna lie to you, I did expect Trocheck to see him pretty high on the minor penalties list because I feel like every time we look up, he's going in the penalty box. See, there he is.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, less penalties and his net negative is less than that of Strome.
Yeah.
That's crazy. That is absolutely crazy.
But Trocheck also has 43 points in 60 games.
Right, he makes up for it. And
I mean-
20 goals. Like, yeah, he's doing
Yeah.
okay. I wonder who's leading the league
Yeah.
in fighting majors. Austin Watson, Nick Deloria. Well, there you go. Tanner Jeannot.
And Tanner Jeannot, the biggest overpayment at this deadline, by the way.
Hey, 6 assets to bring that guy. Listen, I'm a big Tanner Jeannot guy because one thing I thought was pretty crazy about Tanner Jeannot, his 138 penalty drawn per 60, but this is a stat, another little micro stat that I like to look at. I say it's a micro stat. You could consider a macro, but
Takeaways, you giveaways?
takeaways to giveaways, and his blocks per 60, I think it was his blocks per 60 were absurdly high. Or what? Yeah,
but
giveaways, takeaways high.
The thing is, if you're always blocking shots, that means your team never has the puck when you're on the ice.
That's true. That's very true. That's very true.
It's like with hits. Oh, this guy leads the league in hits. Yeah, that
Right.
means that his team never has the puck when he's out there. That's like Chris Russell. Chris Russell got like a silver stick
Yes.
for most hits or most block shots ever in the league. And I'm like, that's not something I would celebrate as a player, but
No,
whatever.
not even a little bit.
But the thing with Tanner Jeannot, maybe you're a little bit too young for this, but first name that popped in my head when I saw that trade was Ricky Williams.
Ricky Williams, you're talking about not Ricky Williams.
Does that ring a bell? The running back?
The running back. He was that was for the Miami Dolphins, right?
Yeah. So when Mike Ditka was the general manager for the New Orleans Saints, I think he traded away his entire draft class, all his draft picks in a single year to get Ricky Williams.
What?
Yeah. Hold on, I'm gonna look it up.
I gotta see that.
Ricky Williams trade. Oh, dude, the trade has its own Wikipedia page. That's all you need to know.
That's amazing. That is unreal.
So Ricky Williams to the New Orleans Saints. This was in at the 1999 NFL Draft.
Okay.
Ricky Williams to the New Orleans Saints in exchange for a 1999 first rounder, a 1999 third rounder, a 1999 fourth rounder, a fifth rounder, a sixth rounder, a seventh rounder, and then a 2000 first rounder and third rounder.
Dude, NFL trades like that never happen.
ESPN had the ESPN magazine at the time. They had a cover with Ricky Williams and Mike Ditka dressed up as a couple getting married. Ricky Williams wearing a wedding dress. Seriously,
that is unreal.
Google Ricky Williams trade and go to the Wikipedia article for it, and then scroll down and you can see the image. Please, I want people to see this.
That's unreal that he has. That is insane. So it says
the trade has its own Wikipedia page. That's all you need. There it is.
Oh my god. Dude, that is unreal. Oh my god.
Yeah, man.
Mike Ditka. You know what my favorite Mike Ditka moment of all time was? When he was in Kicking and Screaming with Will Ferrell.
Is he still alive, Mike Ditka?
I think so. Let's see.
Mike Ditka always feels like the Mike Keenan of the NFL. You know, he won a Super Bowl with a traditional team, and he's been coasting on that ever since.
Ever since. Dude, that is too freaking. That actually might have been the best Wikipedia page of all time. That was insanity.
Yeah, no, it's unreal how much they gave up in that trade, man. So yeah, when the Maple Leafs, when the Lightning traded for Tanner Jeannot, and I saw that return, I was like, oh shit, Ricky Williams, first thing that popped in my head. Well, Tanner Jeannot for a first, a second, a third, a fourth, a fifth, and Cal Foot. Are you kidding me?
I'm trying to think who else in NHL history has ever gotten a return anywhere like that before, ever. Because I can't think of one. I can't think of a single trade ever where they give up 5 draft picks and a roster player like that.
I guess Gretzky did the Gretzky trade to LA.
Was it even that many? Was it 5 picks?
It was 3 first-round picks, $15 million, and 2 roster players.
Oh well, there you go. Okay, so Tanner Jeannot and Wayne Gretzky are officially similar.
And one of those roster players was a second overall pick from 2 years prior. So that's like trading Capo Caco in 2020.
Jesus Christmas, dude. That is absolutely insane.
Yeah.
It's 3 hours to go till the deadline. Okay. I'm going to stop my screen share for a second.
This is going to be such a boring deadline, man.
Dude, I think so. We got our first special guest coming here shortly.
The Rangers are done. They have no cap space. What are they going to do?
They're not going to do a damn thing.
No.
The Rangers done, but dude, like I really have a feeling there's gonna be one super sneaky blockbuster type trade today. I had my buddy in New York. He says he thinks it's gonna be the Buffalo Sabres that might maybe take a big swing for somebody. But man, I don't know. There's not a whole lot of teams with like ridiculous amounts of cap space right now. So honestly, I don't know.
Yeah. If it is a trade, I don't think it's going to be for a rental because the rental market is pretty much like done. Like there's James Van Riemsdyk is left.
That's James. Yeah, that'll move.
Yeah, if you look at the top free agents, Domi was traded. Krejci and Bergeron aren't going anywhere. Kane was already traded.
Mm-hmm.
Killorn's not going anywhere. Comfort, Bunting, Gustafsson was traded. Honestly, if the Penguins, the Penguins are going for it. They acquire Granlund, so Zucker's not going anywhere.
Right.
I guess Connor Sheary.
Connor, I mean, I guess yeah, because Washington still has a few pieces they could sell. Man, first of all, by the way, welcome Core Python to the chat. Washington confuses me, man, because I feel like if I'm the Capitals, why not sell off all your UFAs? Because clearly, if it didn't work this year, it's not going to work next year. Sell off all your UFAs and sign a new crop next year and just get as many assets as possible. Now, listen, I'm not advocating for the Capitals to do anything that's going to help them. I'm not. But I'm just saying, if I was in their position, I would just be selling off everything I can. A pick is a pick. It's better than absolutely nothing.
And the other player that might still be moved is John Klingberg, who's with the Anaheim Ducks.
I saw something about him connected to Tampa earlier, which could be interesting.
That would be crazy, man. The last thing they need is more puck movers. That scares the life out of me.
Man, can you imagine a top pair of Hedman and Klingberg?
I don't want
disgusting.
to. I don't want to.
And something that's getting lost, too, in the whole Brendan Lemieux going back to Philly thing, is the Watch Your Tone podcast going to come back?
Could you imagine?
Oh
my God.
Are we still playing the Flyers this season? Let me check.
You said Pittsburgh?
Let's see. Oh, no. No, we don't play the Flyers anymore this year.
Oh, thank God, because Lemieux would have probably went for someone's Achilles or something.
Yeah, I would have cross-checked Ryan Lindgren again, throw him into the boards.
Seriously.
Yeah, they're not playing the Avalanche either. I was kind of hoping for a Georgiev reunion with D'Angelo and Lemieux there, but they played each other twice in December already. So
right.
But yeah, Klingberg, Sheary, and that's about it, I guess. Other than that, you're going to be looking at players that still have term left or RFAs.
I was going to say, let me see if I can pull up the it's just going to definitely mess with my computer, but I'm going to pull up the pending UFAs list on Cap.
Yeah, go to players and then go to free agents. And then scroll up. And then expiry status. Yep, no. Under contract filters. Go down.
Oh,
down,
yeah.
Down. To the right. Expiry status.
Oh, my computer's having a heart attack. All right, I have to. Oh, this might crash my computer. Hold on. I'm gonna stop sharing my screen. I'm gonna have you do it because my computer might actually have a heart attack if I try to do that. Here, Steven, I'm gonna have you Nemesnikov to Winnipeg was the trade that just happened. Steven, I'm gonna have you screen share and then you pull it up. Yeah, that is a weird one.
I don't understand why Winnipeg's not going more for it. Like, the West is so wide open. Just go for it.
Right. Yeah, the West is pretty much... Dude, you know what? And someone made the point the other day. The West might end up winning the Cup this year just because of the bloodbath that the East is going to be.
That's what I was saying. I think Colorado has a legit shot to go back-to-back because of how bad the East is going to be and how tired these teams are going to be. Unless Boston carries the momentum into the postseason that they have going and they just roll over teams, I can genuinely see it.
It says host disabled participant screen share.
Check now. I just made you in Python co-host, so you should be able to do it now.
Okay.
Yeah, the West, and honestly too, like wait for Colorado to get healthy, but you still got Dallas out there. You still have a lot of potential out in the West. So let's see.
All right, so this is sorted by cap hit. Let's sort by points, right? So
yeah, Domi, but he's gone.
No, so this is all players that were traded or already on a playoff team.
Right.
So if the Penguins the Penguins are going for it because they just acquired Granlund. If they didn't acquire Granlund, then Zucker may have been in play.
Zucker at 20 goals is not bad, all things considered.
Yeah. Connor Sheary, I mentioned him earlier. Who else is there? Parise. Is a team interested in him? Probably not.
Yeah,
I don't think the Islanders are going to sell either. I think that they're going to try to go for it.
I think so.
So you got John Klingberg, who's almost a half point per game as a defenseman this season, right-hander. 30 years. And then Van Riemsdyk, and then you get like Bukestad. Would a team be interested in Eric Stahl? Are the Florida Panthers going to be sellers today? I don't know.
I wonder, man. Dude, they literally have nothing.
Mm.
I guess
Yeah.
Athanasiou maybe. I mean, if Chicago wants to go full AHL team, they could trade Athanasiou.
Yeah. And then Nick Ritchie is a guy that was connected to some teams, but I'm not sure how serious that is. Was Bonino traded?
Yeah.
Yes, Pittsburgh.
Okay. Yeah. Then the Penguins are definitely not selling. Trevor Van Riemsdyk might be going. He's on the Capitals, of course.
Drouin. I saw Drouin's name pop up a few times. Maybe he goes back to Colorado, reunites with McKinnon. That'd actually be kind of cool.
Yeah.
If I'm Columbus, I know that it might be dumb to do, but I'm seriously taking phone calls on Jack Roslovic. At the very least,
100%.
taking phone calls because they can maybe get a haul for him.
Absolutely. I'm a big Roslovic fan.
Yeah, if you look at the first page here, so you got sorted by points. Let's do points per game. So you got Krejci, Kane, Domi, Bergeron, Tarasenko. This is the top 5 in points per game among rentals, right?
Okay.
Krejci and Bergeron on the Bruins, man. I'm jealous of the Bruins getting them. Did you know that their combined capita is lower than Goudreau's?
It's insane. It's insane. But something like that gives me the slightest amount of hope that just maybe Tarasenko and or Kane would take a discount like that to stay in New York and Cup chase.
I think Kane would definitely be.
I think so
more
too.
of-
If there is a possibility, then these two players are definitely your best chance of making that happen.
100%.
Patrick Kane, actually, let's go here, right? Estimate career earnings 114.9 million. So he's not in it for the money anymore.
No. And plus all his endorsements, he might be close to 150, man.
He's won 3 cups. He's won an Art Ross trophy. He's won a Hart trophy. Did he win a Conn Smythe? Maybe.
Kane has a Conn Smythe, yeah.
So there you go.
Yeah. Tarasenko won a cup.
60.
Career earnings 60 million. He's coming off a contract here, 7.5 million for 8 years, man. That's
Jesus Christ.
This is a $60 million contract that he's just. This is the last year of that contract. He doesn't have to do it for the money anymore. These are two players that can actually afford to sign at an actual discount. And I know we always talk about how big players want to play for the Rangers, right? That's always the conversation. Like, oh, everybody wants to play here. Yes, they want to play in New York because the Rangers always pay them top dollar. Like,
right.
11.6, Trouba,
Right.
8 million. Zibanejad gets an 8.5 million extension. Fox at 9.5 million. Even before that,
Right.
Lundqvist, Gaborik. The Rangers traded for Nash's contract, which was a big contract at the time.
Yes.
We signed Shattenkirk for what was it, 6.5 million?
Wasn't much of a hometown discount, I'll tell you that much.
And then here's the thing, right?
Yeah,
you go to Boston.
Yeah, I was gonna say, look at their forward group right now.
You go to Boston. Look at this. There's Marchand for 6.1. That's a steal. You got Bergeron for 2.5. I don't even want to talk about that. Krejci for 1 million. These are the top. These are 3 of their. This is 50% of their top 6.
You could even argue that McAvoy contract's a freaking bargain at 9.5, considering you got guys like Doughty and like
this
Carlson.
one. This
oh,
one,
man.
That's a bargain.
Yes.
It's a big contract.
I thought Pasta was gonna get more. I really did.
Too.
But this is Pasternak's big contract. When this contract's over, if Pasternak is still in Boston, I'm telling you, he's gonna take a discount too. Did you hear what
100%.
Marchand said? I forget what team it was about, but it was about the Oilers. Marchand said something tongue-in-cheek about the Oilers that nobody signs there at a discount.
True. He's not wrong,
Yeah.
dude. He is not wrong.
But this is how. I know they only have 1 cup in the last 15 years, but the Boston Bruins have been a consistent contender for a decade and a half. They made it to 3 Stanley Cup Finals. They're always in the playoffs. And this is how you keep that run going. By
Right.
and
You gotta get
the
guys to buy
Detroit-
in.
the Detroit Red Wings had that 25-year run where they made the
Mhm.
playoffs 25 seasons in a row. The reason they were able to keep that up is because they had guys like Lidstrom and Zetterberg and Datsuk, and even before that, they had Hasek, Shanahan, and Brett Hull in I think 2001. They all signed at discounts for like 1.5 or 2 million each.
That's
That's
insane. That is
when
insane.
when we talk about players taking a hometown discount, that's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about star players that go, listen, I've won everything there is to win. I just want to chase a cup in New York. 2.5 million. That's what I want to see. If Kane wants to sign for 6 or 7 million, then he can go somewhere else.
Yeah.
But I think the whole everybody wants to play for the Rangers thing is overblown. Because, like I said, yeah, everybody wants to play for the Rangers because the Rangers pay through the nose for you always.
And they give you a no trade clause no matter what.
That's
Yes.
That too.
Even if you're a backup goalie.
Even
yeah, was that a no move clause even?
I think it might have been a full no move.
Oh yeah,
Yep.
full no move. Yeah.
Unbelievable. I mean, at least Halak's playing better, but still, Jesus Christ, man. 1.5, especially when there was goalies on the market that were cheaper, that were just as good, and almost like half his freaking
Oh,
age. It just, I don't
and-
understand it.
And by the way, for people thinking that Barclay Goodrow is overpaid, I mean, yeah, for the production he brings, I mean, he brings more than production. You know, he's a
Yeah.
penalty killer. He's part of the leadership group. 3.6 million cap hit is a lot, but it could be worse. It could be worse. You could be you could be paying
Oh.
Yeah.
you could be paying 4.9 for Blake Coleman until 2027.
Ugh.
Blake Coleman has 30 points in 62 games. Barclay Goodrow has 24.
Yeah, like
I mean,
keep the extra million. Keep the extra million. I'm good with Goodrow.
1.3 million for 6 extra points. Whatever, man.
Dude, it's crazy. But I think another thing too, like when you get guys to buy into that winning culture, like take a discount. Like way back when Crosby took $8.7 million a year. Like that was a discount then. It's still a discount today. But when you get guys to buy in like that, that spreads throughout the whole team and that creates a winning culture.
So this contract at 8.7 was a discount, yes.
Massive discount.
But he had a 5-year deal before that at 8.7,
That
and
was not a
this is
discount.
the cap hit percentage. That's what I always look at.
Yes, that's the
This
biggest
is-
thing.
This is the percentage of the cap the contract takes up the day it's signed.
Mm-hmm.
17.3%. That's
Ridiculous.
That's ridiculous.
That's
ridiculous.
crazy expensive.
But 14.5, and this is like a 12-year deal. It's not allowed anymore, of course. This was under the old CBA, because he signed it July 1st, 2012. Yeah, man. And then look at this career earnings, 140 million.
He's done okay for himself.
I actually went over this during one of the Twitter Spaces the other day. Let's go over career earnings, shall we?
Oh please.
Crosby, Ovechkin, Weber, Yager, Malkin. That's your top 5.
That's insane.
Kopitar with 118 then. LeCavalier 116. Kane and Taves with 114. Pronger 111. Thornton 110. Suter and Parise 110. Carey Price 105. Richards 105 million.
That
And then
is
Lundqvist-
surprising.
Lundqvist rounds out the group of like triple-digit millions with 102 at the moment. Some players will join that group now. Eric Carlson, this is a fun one. Eric Carlson right now has career earnings of 98.8 million.
Yeah, with
But
another 50 million on the way. Jesus Christ.
He's still owed 38 million
Jesus
on his current
Christ.
deal. Yeah.
Like if you're San Jose, how are you not just getting rid of this contract for literally anything? He's playing
Ah.
off his ass this year. He's probably not going to replicate it this year. If someone offers you a first-round pick plus and you know you're rebuilding, why are you even trying to hold on to that contract?
You know what? Like this year is probably the one year that he's not overpaid.
100%,
Because he's on pace for 107 points
which is absurd.
as a defenseman.
Yes.
He is 7th in the league in scoring.
That is ridiculous, dude. Oh my god, if you can get like look at how fast the Rangers turned around their rebuild from the time we sent out to the letter to the time we made the playoffs in the bubble. What was that? 3 years, 2 years? If you're the San Jose Sharks and you could replicate that quick of a rebuild and turnaround, and you already traded Timo Meier, why not turn on trade Erik Karlsson? So when you do come out of it, and if you come out of it in 3 years, you don't have this guy on the books making 11.5 for the 2 years in your rebuild. You know?
It's probably this.
Yeah, I'm sure it has something to do with it too. Yeah, that's crazy, man. Oh, if he was willing to waive anywhere and I got any kind of offer, I'm sorry. I'm doing whatever the hell I can to make it happen. It's not even anything against him. It's just he's 32 years old. The contract is done when he's 37, 38. If he gets hurt again or something like that, then you really are stuck, and that's a big miss on assets.
But
if you're San Jose, how much are you willing to retain, though?
But also, Vlasic for $7 million until he's like 40.
That's another deal, man. Where see, that's like when you need your veterans. It's impossible to, because I don't want to, pick from other people's pockets. But that's like when you really need your veterans to take a discount to try to make it work.
And then this one, Malkin at age 36 still has 3 years left after the season at 6.1 because he just signed an extension.
Mm-hmm.
But the one that's gonna kill the Penguins is this one.
The Letang one, yeah. That's wild, man. I can't believe he's. How about the Ovechkin contract? He's making almost $10 million a year again. Like, if he really wanted to win, he would have not taken that much money for 5 years.
But Letang is going to be 41 when that contract expires.
That is crazy.
That's what I wonder if Kane's going to ask for. Like, if he's going to ask for something similar like this. Or if he's not willing to win. Yeah, if he wants to chase the money, I'd imagine he models his contract off of what Malkin just got.
100%. And he signs it in Buffalo.
Yeah.
God, I hope he takes a super. I hope he takes like a Bergeron Krejci contract to stick around here. I do. He's made so much money.
There it is. The Lemieux trade. Lemieux in a fifth for Zach McEwen.
That's crazy that Lemieux is so bad right now that you needed to attach a 5th-round pick to him to get Zach McEwen, who is literally just Brendan Lemieux copy and pasted.
Yeah, but he only makes $9.25. So.
True. That's wild.
Yeah, he's RFA, and Lemieux $1.35 million. That's an overpayment. He's UFA, so.
I wonder why LA even gave Lemieux that contract extension and didn't just not qualify him, because they didn't really play him last year either. I don't know. It was weird.
Yeah.
It's crazy, especially in a flat cap. So who all has money right now? Who could even make moves realistically? Sabres.
Boston could still make another move.
That's scary. The Islanders too, man. The Islanders have a few dollars, six and change.
If you look at the playoff teams, I guess Minnesota, Detroit's still in the running, and Buffalo is still fighting for the wild card spot, I guess.
I wonder if Ottawa's gonna do anything.
I feel like they're so damn cheap with the ownership. I bet you Chikrin was their last swing. And it's such a shame, too, because they do have a good team. That top line is absurd. Oh, Calgary, yuck.
If you want to talk about a bad team, they haven't made a trade all season. Awful. And Jonathan Huberdeau signed a $10.5 million extension.
Oof.
Yikes. I mean,
oof.
How long has this contract? The guy's like, oh my God,
that's awful.
8 years at age. He's 29,
and he's got a no movement clause through the first 6 years. Oh
he's turning 20.
That's a Doug Wilson contract if I've ever seen one.
Yes, seriously.
He's turning 28 before the contract even kicks in.
At
least it's not Justin Huberdeau.
Oh no, wait. Sorry, no.
He'll be 30.
He's turning 30.
Oh my God.
He's gonna be. He's getting $10.5 million a year until he's 38.
See, and here's like another thing too. Like Calgary could have just committed to like the fact that they're rebuilding, and they could have taken Huberdeau from that trade, flipped him, and got even more draft picks, of which they have pretty much none.
And then they signed Mackenzie Weegar for 6.2 for 8 years. So Mackenzie Weegar's 29. He's gonna be 37 when the contract expires.
See, these are all like hope and prayer contracts. Just hope they work out. Hope we compete. But if anything, they just pigeonhole themselves. They really gave themselves an 8-year window to just be a mid-team and not get good draft picks.
Kadri's getting $7 million until he's 38.
Jesus Christ.
This is just a retirement home for hockey players.
Seriously, it is. Be like to freeze your nuts off.
Hey, at least I have Mangiapane under a good contract.
Oh my God.
That's about it.
That seriously might be it. What's the average age of this team?
Like, look at this. Blake Coleman. It's gonna be 35 when his contract ends.
Christ.
And a no trade
4.9.
clause. That's tough.
No trade clause. Oh yeah. No, okay. So 1 more year and then a modified one, but still.
That's wild, man.
That's really tough.
They're in an awful spot.
then-
They might be
and
set up the worst.
I feel bad for this guy.
Who's that? What number does he wear? What a dick he is, dude.
If I'm the general manager and my head coach does something like that, fuck you. You can just pack your bags right now.
Just leave.
That's not the kind of guy I want coaching my team.
Yeah.
But then you look at the Kraken, right? The Kraken are really doing well considering the team they have. They don't have any superstar. Well, Beniers, but aside from Beniers, they don't have any star players.
They don't. Well, dude, Jared McCann is freaking awesome.
Oh no, yeah.
Oh, dude.
I was in Seattle in January actually. Really cool. Their training, their practice facility is so awesome.
Top of the line.
It's brand new. They have like a bar and restaurant inside. They have a little team store. They have 2 rinks. It's just such a cool experience, man. I love Seattle. Seattle's the only city. If I would be forced to move to the United States, it'll be Seattle.
Seattle.
Yeah, I like Seattle.
What
Yeah, look at this team.
This is such a weird contract situation with
It
Seattle,
is.
isn't it? It's
But somehow it works, dude.
It works. Yeah,
Somehow
that
somehow
Grubauer contract is freaking brutal.
Oh. I never even understood that, dude. I never thought Grubauer was that good. I never thought he was that good.
No. And then
Josh
yeah, the
Morrissey.
Winnipeg Jets.
Oh, what a steal that contract is for Morris.
The Winnipeg Jets don't have any terrible contracts. I guess Blake Wheeler for 1 more year at 8.2. But
Yeah.
But even Wheeler's not even. I mean, he's not even that bad. I know it's 10% of the cap. For 1 year for a team that has flexibility, that's not awful.
If I'm Winnipeg, I'm moving PLD after the season.
The fact that they didn't do it before the season is a mind.
I don't like him at all. I think he's...
Dude, we went over him earlier. I know he draws a lot of penalties, but he takes a ton of minor penalties.
Yeah, I'm glad the Rangers stay clear to him.
Let's have a look at this one, shall we? Arizona Coyotes superstar team with Voracek, Weber, Ladd, Little, and Patrick Kane. Oh, and also they still have Ekman Larson on the books too.
2015, this team is winning the cup.
years.
In 2015, they are winning the cup with those guys.
And you know what?
They had Hossa, too.
They had Hossa, they had Datsuk, they had Chris Pronger on the books.
Oh my God.
Can you imagine the arena with all those banners? I would love to see a banner raising for just the players they had on the books.
Dude, well, I think a really cool YouTube video to do, and something I've considered doing, is loading up on my Xbox 360 NHL 14 and putting all of these guys on a roster to see if they can go 82-0. Because I tell you right now, they might. They might.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be unreal.
Dude, that would be absolutely insane. I mean, oh my God, man.
All right, let's see. Buffalo Sabres.
I love this team.
Jeff Skinner contract, man.
I mean, he's not doing awful this year, but like it's
No, it is $9 million, man.
Yeah, that's
4 years.
What is Skinner's numbers this year?
I think he's over a point per game actually.
60 points in 57 games. It's not bad, but I mean, he's been in Buffalo since 2018. It's like 63 and then 23, 14, and then a 63 season again.
Yeah. Dude, yeah.
Is he playing with Tage Thompson? Because that
By the
might be
way,
boosting
this
his
guy-
point production.
This guy is single-handedly
Oyster
turning
Bay.
that O'Reilly trade into a win-win trade.
It's funny to look at Tage Thompson now because I remember Buffalo fans ripping him apart
Hating
at
him.
first. Like
Well,
to
look at
the
this,
point where
look
they
at this,
wanted
right?
him out of town.
But look at this, 2018, that's when the trade was made. 12 points in 65. Then he played 1 game for them the following season.
Missed the whole season from injury, pretty much.
Yeah, he played a couple of games in the AHL. Then 14 and 38. And then last season was like, ooh, 68 points. That's decent. And then this year, like 80 points in 60 games, 41 goals.
Yeah, and everyone was questioning that contract. Yeah, I don't
do you
think we're
question
questioning that anymore.
No.
No.
Actually, here's a good question. Contracts, injuries aside, are you taking Tage Thompson or Jack Eichel at the top of their game today?
Oh,
It's a good question. At the top of their game, you're not worried about injuries. You're not worried about contract. You need them. You need them for one season, assuming they're going to be healthy and at their peak the entire season. Who are you taking?
Contracts aside, injuries aside, I'd probably still take Eichel over Thompson.
agree.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair.
But when you make that stipulation, like injuries
Right.
and contracts aside,
Mhm.
yes. Yeah.
Detroit's another interesting team. That Cop contract was tough. I'm so glad the Rangers did not give
Oh.
that contract to Andrew Copp.
That would be a huge
When
mistake.
Andrew Copp was off to a flying start for the Rangers, I compared him to Ryan Spooner, and people were laughing at me.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
And he
I'm
cooled
happy-
down after that Pittsburgh series in the playoffs.
I'm really happy we did not commit to this guy.
And he was pissed too and he was like, "Why didn't I get this contract from the Rangers?"
Dude, you
Yeah.
weren't that good. Like, listen, like he put up numbers fine, but the second that Andrew Kopp tried to be more than just a plug on Artemi Panarin's line is when he started turning over the puck and became useless and became less effective than he was. He became a net negative, you could argue.
For anyone interested in how Spooner did after the deadline in 2018, he had 16 points in 20 games.
Monster.
Yeah.
I miss the Spoon, man. Like
And
peak Ryan Spooner with the Rangers was fun to watch.
And then we signed him to an extension. Was it like $4 million? Let's see.
$4 million for 2 years. Him and Nemesnikov
yeah.
almost got the same deal.
Yeah, $4 million for 2 years. Not even 2 months in, they traded him to Vancouver. Sorry, they traded him to Edmonton first. Yeah,
Mhm.
for Spooner for Strome,
Mm-hmm.
and then the Oilers traded him to the Canucks.
Yep.
And then in the summer of 2019, the Rangers offered $11 million for Panarin, and Panarin didn't sign. Then the Canucks bought out Spooner's contract, and because of the retained salary, it freed up $600,000 for the Rangers. They tacked that on top of the offer for Panarin, and then that's when he signed.
That's wild.
So the Spooner buyout essentially
Saved
cleared
us.
the Panarin signing.
That's crazy.
Isn't Detroit also paying like $10 million in goaltending to get like nothing from it?
Yeah, something like that. But look at Minnesota. Like Minnesota, it's like, okay, Kaprizov $9 million. That's a good contract.
Yeah, their cap situation looks fine, and then you go to the dead cap.
Yeah,
But
it's
then-
awful.
But then look, for the next 2
Oh.
seasons, they have $14 million in dead cap space in
Oof.
buyout.
That's Edmonton Oilers levels of bad for dead cap space.
Yeah. Yeah. But I like that this season they used that cap space as an asset in the Orlov and O'Reilly trades just to get some assets, and then they I think one of the picks they got they then flipped for Johansson.
Mm-hmm.
I
So-
really don't know how Minnesota's gonna go about this. I really don't even know.
Well, I heard they were supposed to be trying to trade Jordan Greenway today, but I feel like that guy's been rumored to get traded forever. Him and Matt Dumba, because those could be two guys. I'm sure they could get a first-round pick for Dumba. Greenway, I don't know, but you might get a GM that's dumb enough to trade a first-round pick for him. So I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, you want to try to do a quick rebuild while Kaprizov's still young. So
Right. That's true. That's true.
if I'm them, I'm flipping Zuccarello next year.
Florida Panthers are taking calls on Radko Gudas, so I guess
Yep,
the Florida
saw that.
Panthers are starting to sell.
As good as it gets.
No player safety hearing for Austin Watson after the hit. Like, come on. Like, Jesus Christ. He look. I'm not
And
even
you know,
involved.
I tweeted this yesterday. It's not even the first time he was called for a hit to the head.
Yeah.
That's so. I just don't like. I don't understand where the NHL player safety draw. Like, they have to draw a line in the sand and go from there because clearly they just make up the rules on the fly.
Where was it? Here we go.
Yeah, Jesus Christ.
Oh, domestic
man.
abuse. That's a fun one.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
Real stand-up guy.
Yeah, domestic abuse, substance abuse, hit to the head, boarding, and then a fine for interference. Yeah, no, it's fine. You know, no hearing.
Oh, I'm sure it was an accident. He only literally took 8 strides to get to him, threw an elbow
you know
at his
what?
face.
I said this earlier. All you need to know about Watson's character is to look at him and what he does after the hit. He doesn't even go check on Tyler
No.
Mott, who was literally his teammate until a week ago.
His line mate, no?
Yeah, Broussard was the one to check on him, right?
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. Dude, I love Broussard. I would take
Big
him back in a
brass.
heartbeat.
Big
I
game
would-
brass.
Big
Yeah.
game brass, 2 goals in his 1,000th NHL game.
And I don't care if he comes back. I'm telling Trocheck to switch that jersey number.
Seriously.
Oh
Seriously.
yeah, he can switch to 61.
Man,
If Brassard ever comes back, he needs to get that number 16 jersey on.
I miss Brassard, man. That was like, that was one of the few guys that really just embodied a Ranger. A guy that could score, pass, hit. He worked his bag off every single day. He was,
And
God,
you
I
know,
loved him.
the thing I miss most about Brassard is that breakaway slap shot. That's a dying art form.
Yes, it is.
The slap shot on a breakaway, you don't see that anymore.
Dude, I remember when he scored that breakaway slap shot goal, my family and I were at Universal Studios in Florida, and I was watching the game on like my iPhone 5 or whatever it was back then. It might have even been a Galaxy, bro. And in the middle of the theme park at night, mind you, I was like, oh my God, he did it. Oh, we were just buzzing, and oh my God, I miss it. The good old days, man. We need a run like that.
We really do.
For a bit. No, that was me.
I got here. I'll pull up. I'll pull back up the old Twitter feed. We'll see what's going on up there. All right, I got a quick little refresh going on here.
Hopefully there's something at least. Like, this deadline just such a dud.
But you know,
Everyone made the trades early.
We say that there's still 2 hours until the final bell. I seriously, and maybe I'm over.
There's gonna be a surprise move. There will be.
Dude, there has to be, and I don't know why. I think it's gonna be Colton Parayko. I don't know why I think he's gonna get traded so bad, but I do.
That could happen.
I mean, why not, dude? Colton Parayko's awesome, by the way. I'm a big Colton Parayko fan, and ooh, he could probably get a haul for St. Louis.
By the way, can we talk a little bit? Like, I don't want to talk about it too much, but just to touch on it quickly. That decision to pull Halak before even taking the face-off last night.
Against a guy who's over 60% in the face-off dot too. All right, so I'm gonna go on a rant here for a second because I was big on Gerard Gallant being the Rangers coach, and I'm beginning to regret that. You and I
both.
Like, who took the face-off? Was it Zibanejad that took the face-off?
Yeah, he didn't even put Trocheck out there to win it.
So you put not even your best face-off taker on the ice. Zibanejad, God bless him, he's below 50% in the dot. I think he's at 47 or 48. Going against a guy who's 60% hardly lose faceoffs, against a Ottawa Senators unit that has completely and utterly dominated you all night in the defensive zone, neutral zone, and offensive zone, and you decide with 3 minutes left in a 1-goal game where you're finally creating some offensive zone pressure 5-on-5 to let's pull the goalie so I can put not my best faceoff guy against their best faceoff guy, one of the best in the league. So, dude, I don't know. That guy's been a head coach in the NHL for 20 years now or something like that. I mean,
yeah, he started with the Blue Jackets before the salary cap era, even like 2004.
He's making $3 million, $3.5 million a year as a head coach, right? Come on, for $3.5 million, I could have told him, no, sir, we're gonna leave the goalie in the net till we possess the damn puck. Oh God, that pissed me off so much.
Yeah, especially with 3 minutes to go in the game.
It didn't make sense. It just did not make sense, man.
Yeah, I mean, they had a lot that, like, them going 0 for 4 on the power play last night was just brutal. And we said it yesterday on
a 5-minute power play.
Yeah, on Ice Cold Takes, we were talking about yesterday how we wonder if there was going to be too many cooks in the kitchen, and it sure seemed like that.
Not a lot of shooting. Now, they looked good, but someone made the Harlem Globetrotters comparison. They pass it really well, but you gotta shoot the damn thing.
I like the way Tarasenko has been playing the last couple of games. He's getting comfortable now. So look, give it time. I actually started doing a comparison for players, like how many points they have after a certain amount of games. Tarasenko now, of course, has 8 points in his first 11.
Whew, that's nice.
Martin St. Louis had 3 in his first 14 as a Ranger.
Yeah.
Hey, give me those Eric Staal numbers. I want to hear that Legends numbers. Was it 4 and 20 or something like that, or 4 and 18? I think he had 2 and 2.
Listen, I do. If you have a request for stats, I'll gladly give them to you.
It's in the name.
it's what I do. Let's see. 1, 2, 3. So first 11 games, He had 1 goal, 2 assists.
See, I don't even understand how that Eric Stahl thing didn't work out. I think a lot of it was they kind of put him in a position to fail. Now, granted, the player was not great. But I never understood, like, when we got Eric Stahl, it was a time where the NHL was still slow and favored, like, the bigger, more physical players. And Vigneault never gave Eric Stahl and Rick Nash a chance together on a line. That could have been kind of fun to watch. And he never gave him a shot.
Yeah. By the way, Watson getting away without a suspension is...
It's disgusting.
Yeah.
It's just ridiculous. It just doesn't make any damn sense. That's pretty funny.
The Red Wings are taking calls on Sundqvist, it looks like, according to Jeff Merrick.
So there you go. So I guess the Red Wings... Dude, I will say this, too. I kind of like that Hronek trade for the Red Wings. To get a first-round pick, like... I don't know. I don't know why more teams aren't accruing first-round picks and just holding on to them. Like, I don't understand why the Canucks would trade that first-round pick unless they really
Did
think
you,
the Bruins are
Yeah,
gonna
that
win
was
the Cup.
weird.
They
Did
must
you-
really
did
think
you-
they're going to win.
Did you see the meme surrounding that trade?
No, what
The
was
Hronek
it?
trade? So, Patrick Alvin, the general manager of the Canucks,
Yes.
he traded Bo Horvat away, right, for Beauvillier, Atu, and the first-round pick.
Mm-hmm.
And he said in a press conference, we technically got 3 first-round picks for Bo Horvat because Beauvillier was a first-round pick and Ratu was a first-round talent. And everyone was mocking him for that. So when they traded for Hronek, there were like these memes of him
Oh
like
my
saying,
God.
"Oh, we got Jeremy Hronek."
Oh, my God. Oh, my God, dude. Jesus Christ. I just don't get it, man. Like, if I'm a rebuilding team, this is the year to do it. Why would you even try to fake it? Like, just get as much value for the players on your team that you have as you can. Like again, back to Washington. Why are you not just selling everything you can? You're not doing anything this year. I'm not advocating for Washington to do anything good because the last thing I want is for the Capitals to be good. But why are you not getting as many assets as humanly possible? The absolute worst thing that happens is you have to use those prospects you have in a later trade for a rental down the line to help you win. Like
The Islanders, too, they should be selling.
Yes.
Like, Scott Mayfield could give them a really good
Mm-hmm.
return.
Considering what he is,
Varlamov,
100%.
with the goalie market being thin, could give them a very good return.
Mm-hmm.
And then even Parise, they could fetch them like a 4th or 3rd round pick.
See, Parise is actually not bad. For considering his age and where he's at in his career, he's not having a bad season at all.
Oh, and by the way, we were talking about this earlier, like how Rangers perform in debuts of big players.
Mm.
Adam Graves, his Rangers debut was a 5-3 loss. Boré lost 3-1. Lindros lost 3-1. Gabrick lost 3-1. Esposito lost 7-5. Verbeek lost 1-0. Nedved 2-1. St. Louis 3-2. And then last night, of course, Patrick Kane 5-3. But I think the worst ever Rangers debut by a big player was Jaromir Jagr, whose Rangers debut ended in a 9-1 loss to the Ottawa Senators. 9-1.
Jesus Christ.
That's a game you want to forget.
Dude, that's definitely a game you want to forget.
That was like the low point of the dark ages for the Rangers.
Do you have a way that you could look up to like Rangers deadline acquisitions who point per game wise had the, or not, maybe not deadline, but mid-season acquisitions that had the highest points per game? Because I'm not sure who it is, but if I was gonna guess, it has to be Pavel Bure, right? He had 12 goals in 12 games. I think he had 18 points in 12.
Yeah, I can check that. Let me see. It's a lot of manual research to get that, but I'll see what I can find.
I mean, it has to be him. I mean, I can't really think aside from Spooner, who we just said did pretty well, and
I can do like a specific number of games, like first 10 games with the team.
Yeah, I like that one.
All right. And you wanna do like point per game?
Yeah, do points per game.
All right. Let's see. Wheels are turning. Wait for the database to do its work. And then let's see.
Of the replies to that Boston bound tweet, there's people just saying, "Please stay in New York."
All right, so points in the first 10 games. Well, you're gonna be surprised about this one. Someone's actually tied with Pavel Bure.
Hold on. What year?
1988-89.
Who was on the team that year in 88-89?
This guy had 18 points in his first 10 games as a Ranger. He was let me see actually. Yeah, he was acquired in a trade with the Hartford Whalers. Let me look up the details of that trade actually.
Why does this keep happening?
December 26, 1988, we trained at Brian Lawton, Norman McIver, and Don Maloney for this player in a 5th-round pick.
Damn. And he
he
produced
then
like that?
18 points in his first 10 games, yeah. He finished the season with 55 points in 41 games.
Holy Jesus Christ. And how much longer did he play for us?
One more season? Yeah, one more season where he had 26 and 41 and then he went back to the Whalers.
Oh, there you go. Okay.
Or did we trade him to yeah, we traded him back to the Whalers for Jody Hull.
Okay, well. Big fat nothing
You're,
burger.
you're probably not gonna get this. Kerry Wilson.
Kerry Wilson. Yeah, that's a name I have never heard of.
Yeah. Then in 1990, there was Mike Gardner, who had 14 in his first 10. And then the third most, or fourth most, deadline acquisition in his first 10 games as a Ranger with 13 points in 2018, Ryan Spooner.
Ryan, the Spoon Man, baby.
Andrew Kopp in his first 10 games had 11 points. Just goes to show you that after 10, this is why I kept comparing Kopp to Spooner, right? Because after 10 games, like 11 points, 13 points, it was kind of similar.
Right.
Yager in his first 10 games as a Ranger had 12 points. Ryan Spooner outproduced Yager in the first 10 games as a Ranger.
That's actually not ridiculous. That's actually bizarre.
1944, Ab DeMarco had 12 in his first 10. Peter Nedved in his second stint had 12 in his first 10. Sandis Ozolinj in 2006 had 11 in his first 10 games.
Is this 2006?
Sorry, 2005.
Okay.
No, sorry, yeah, 2006, yeah.
Did we even make the playoffs that year? Was that the year we played against Buffalo in the second round and lost?
I think so.
Okay.
That was the year Yager had 123 points and 53 goals.
Jesus
54
Christ.
goals.
Decent year.
Doc Robinson, 1965, had 10 points in his first 10 games. 1944, Fern Gauthier, also 10 points. And then Dom McKenney in 63 had 10 points in his first 10 games.
Okay.
So, yeah, Bure and Wilson lead the way. With Gardner in third and Spooner in fourth. There's something I never thought I'd say.
Yeah. Let's see what's going on around the league. I mean, there's like just still minor league trades going on, really. You know what?
Yeah.
I wonder if hold on, timeouts unavailable to play. It will count as the Rangers' first emergency call. All right, so they could do. I see what you just retweeted there, Core. Okay, interesting. Okay.
Yeah, they can't make the emergency call up until the Montreal game, which is annoying.
That's just so frustrating. I mean, I kind of understand it, but it's still frustrating.
Yeah.
Look,
The rules are the rules, but
I had these arguments with people yesterday and the day before. I'm 100% on the side of the league of this.
Yeah.
Because
yeah.
you know what? does it suck as a Rangers fan? Yes, but the way to explain it is the injuries did not create the situation the Rangers are in.
You're right.
The Kane trade did. Because when the Lindgren injury and the Miller suspension happened, the Rangers still had cap space to call up a replacement. They chose not to do that. They chose to spend that cap space on Patrick Kane, therefore creating the situation they're in themselves.
100% right. You're 100% right.
In other sports, in other like businesses, they sometimes refer to that as force majeure. If something happens outside of your circle of influence, outside of what you can impact, that's when, like insurance. If your car breaks down and everything is fine, you just had it checked a month ago, then your insurance will cover it. But if you don't look after your car and then you get into an issue, then the insurance might not cover it. It's the same thing here.
100%.
The Rangers are not getting an emergency call up because they are the ones who created the situation here.
Absolutely, and it sucks, but you know what? I mean, the things you do to try to be a winning team.
Yeah, I love the people that were in your spaces that are just like, oh, the league hates the Rangers. That's just ridiculous.
No.
It is.
Look, and I'm also getting really tired of this. The league hates the Rangers narrative. Just be a grown up about it. We need to be better than that. As a fan base, we need to be better than that.
Right.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, that's just not how it works. And you know what? Sometimes, like now, the whole Watson thing, people go, "Oh, but Miller got suspended 3 games for spitting." Yeah, it's still the right call to suspend Miller for 3 games for spitting.
Yeah, maybe don't spit on other human beings.
Yeah, just because Watson didn't get suspended doesn't make the Miller decision bad.
It doesn't.
It just means that in Watson's case, they made the wrong call.
100%.
Yeah.
Is it malicious or is it incompetence? Probably incompetence because George Terry.
Yeah. It still amazed me because it's like it was Chris Pronger and was it Shanahan before, right? Those were the last two, like two guys that were just so penalized, and like, oh yeah, they would know an awful lot about how to suspend players. Morons.
Yeah.
What is this doing?
Could someone pull up Tampa's cap situation? Because I'm intrigued by this whole Klingberg situation of how they're gonna fit him into the cap. Because how much cap space do they even have?
1.26. I don't, dude. They'd have to get double retention on him because what does Klingberg make?
And even
4?
if they get double retention, no, I think he's making 6.
Oh yeah, there's no way. They'd have to LTIR someone, which would not be anything we wouldn't expect from them.
Yeah, that's. How are they even?
Today's cap hit 80. Oh my goodness gracious, dude. LTIR used almost $7 million.
Yeah, I'm not sure about that one.
I suppose somehow
I also
it's
saw
possible.
Seattle was in on Klingberg.
Seattle.
So, yeah, so that could be interesting. $7 million.
Oh yeah, dude. There's no way.
Tampa's not getting them.
No,
Get
even with double retention, I don't see how it's possible.
No.
By the way, double retention is the most that can be retained on a contract. So, because I actually looked it up because I was kind of curious with the whole Cade situation. Can a 4th team retain another 12.5%? I was just curious how far you can go. But no, I looked it up. Only 2 teams can retain on the contract, unfortunately.
Oilers,
Boo.
Senators, and Leafs kicked.
I was about to
Kyle
say that,
What?
yeah.
The Senators? They don't spend money.
Pierre Dorian's on a warpath lately.
Dude, he is. Ooh, hold on. 1 second.
That's very interesting. And then there was also a report JT Miller's not going to go to Pittsburgh. No surprise there after the trade they made, but the Leafs with Carlson, like that's an interesting one. Like who is that? That has to mean like William Nylander's going out the other way if they
100%.
end up getting. Erik Karlsson. Like, there's no way you do it otherwise.
Let's see. Okay, let's see. I still wonder what will happen with both Marner and Matthews. I wonder if they took. Do we think they took those extensions to take them directly to UFA to leave Toronto or to strong arm them and make as much money as possible? To tell you the truth, I think Matthews took it to leave. I wonder if Marner would stay. I really don't think Matthews wants to be there.
Yeah, I think Matthews is going to be gone when that contract's up. Marner, I could see him staying just because, hometown boy.
Right.
And everything. But yeah, I think Matthews is going to leave.
I never saw him ever really seeming like he was that into it, and him taking that contract to take him directly to, what did that just say? Dmitry Kulikov to Pittsburgh. Okay, so I guess they really are buying.
That's interesting.
I'm all here for the Penguins implosion.
Yeah, seriously. If they want to keep giving up young assets, more power to them.
Oh, I cannot wait for their downfall when Crosby and all of them are out of here and all these fans end up just all of a sudden leaving.
Yeah, please let that happen.
Kulikov to the Penguins, though, is definitely interesting. Do they really think they're going to win a round?
Dude, I guess with Sidney Crosby, anything's possible. Because when he gets hot as lasagna. You're welcome, by the way, Josh, for saying that on stream. Thank you for the $10.69 donation, you psychopath. Dude, I don't know. I mean, Crosby's Crosby, but if he has no supporting cast, I don't know.
If they're playing Boston, I mean, come on. Like, what are we even doing here, Pittsburgh?
Well, you know what's funny, too? I think it was on Spit and Chicklets when they interviewed Brian Burke, who's now their president of hockey operations, when he said if he was in charge of the Pittsburgh Penguins, he would just tear it down. And he's doing the exact opposite, probably because he's getting paid to do the opposite. But it's just, man, everyone from the outside looking in thought, you know what, it's probably time to tear down and stop giving away all the futures. Yet here they are continuing to give away futures and just hope they catch second win somewhere.
Yeah, I find it very odd. I just don't get it. And I feel bad for Sullivan because he's going to lose his job after this year.
Yeah.
And he shouldn't. It's not his fault. But
it's not.
That's just the way that it goes.
Hey.
For a pick and a player for Kulikov, that's interesting.
That could just be a contract deal. That could just be them.
That probably is, yeah. But I wonder what the pick is going to be. I wonder if he's even going to fetch... Like, I could see him fetching as high as a third just because of what we've seen some of these defensemen go for. Yeah. That would be stupid of Pittsburgh, but I'm all for it.
I'm a big Kulikov fan. That was one of the guys I really wanted the Rangers to look at. Nothing against Niko Mikkola, but I think Dmitry Kulikov would have been a much safer bet to go after.
Whoa. They're taking calls on Reinhart. Or teams have called about Reinhart.
I mean, honestly, why not move him? If Florida's not... Clearly, they haven't gotten better.
They could get a haul. They should.
I'm a Sam Reinhart fan. Let's see what he's doing this year.
Yeah, Reinhardt's good.
That's a guy that could score you 30 goals. Let's see. He's 40... Dude, like, he's actually having a decent season, all things considered. 45 points, 20... So he's pacing for what? He's pacing for just under 30 goals and just under 70 points? Or just under 60 points.
When you look up second line center, his face comes up. Like, that's the guy you want as your second line center.
Giveaways and takeaways not great. He doesn't hit. He doesn't really block. That doesn't really matter. This one, I wonder what his penalties look like if he draws a lot of penalties. Yeah, I mean, that's not awful. He draws more than he takes, and he could score. He's got good hands. He's a good passer. Yeah, Reinhart would be a great acquisition. What does he got? They said 2 years left or a year after this one? Yeah, 2 years after this one. Dude, why? But, like, why not? If you can get a first-round pick for this guy today and you know you're not going to make the playoffs, you like if you're
He
Florida...
corrected it.
He did correct
It's
it?
one more.
Okay, all right. So it is 1 year left. But if you can get a first round pick for this guy today, why do you not do it? You look at what every team in the East has done this year. You really, as a Florida Panthers, are telling yourself, yeah, let me hold on to this asset, allow him to continue to depreciate, or do I take my chances against Boston, who has gotten somehow better than they already were? A team that's having a historic season.
Yeah, I think it's a no-brainer for them to move Reinhardt. I wonder what
100%.
teams would be like in on that acquisition. I could totally. Carolina should be all over Reinhardt, all over it. Especially after they didn't get Timo Meyer. You have the assets clearly. If I'm Carolina, I'm getting this done.
I had Carolina getting Connor Garland at some point during deadline week, so I wonder if that'll happen. I mean, he fits in perfect with them.
Yeah, Garland would be an interesting fit, but there's really a void after they lost Trocheck that I think that they need to address.
Yes.
And yeah, Reinhardt would definitely fill that void.
Dude, 100%. Let's see Sam Reinhardt real quick on cap friendly.
I think he's only making like $6 million too, which for a second line center isn't awful.
That's good value today.
Yeah.
What's from Buffalo? Yeah, 6.5. Dude, that is not bad. I doubt they would, but if you can get them to eat even a little bit, like
I would eat $1 million if I'm Florida.
Seriously,
get it down to 5.5.
That's a really good contract.
What did they trade the Buffalo
for Sam Reinhart? Let's see.
Yeah.
He's 27 years old, so he's still basically a kid. So that good goalie prospect and a first-round pick. Devin Levi in a first. That is not crazy value for a guy that was one of Buffalo's only offensive weapons. Yeah, Devin Levi. Wow.
Yeah, he is such a...
Jesus. Look at that save percentage.
Wow. That's absurd.
That's ridiculous. That's crazy.
His save percentage the year before was even more ridiculous if you saw that.
Yeah, 954. That is crazy.
Yeah.
Third round pick. Wow, a third round pick in a player. So you had it nailed with that third round pick. That player, that's definitely going to be just a contract move. It could be a minor leaguer, it could be a roster guy, just to get him out the door.
Yeah.
There you go. Look at that.
Sorry, I was busy for the last couple of minutes writing that up.
Give you a nice little retweet on that one. I like that. I love it. What are we at?
See,
Quarter
and this is because you asked the question.
Yes, yeah. I brought out the stat boy and Statboysteven. Dude, that Kerry Wilson thing is so interesting. I literally never even heard of that guy. I wonder if my dad knows who that is. I'm gonna text him. That was when my dad had season tickets. Let's see. Do you remember Kerry Wilson on the Rangers? I'll probably end up with a story out of that one. Okay. And they're still not. I think it's gonna get pick up and it's gonna start getting really loud around 2:30, and then we're gonna start seeing some sneaky moves come in. What's the earliest game tonight? There's 7:00 games tonight.
Should be. I mean,
yeah,
Rangers aren't playing,
so you got Seattle, Columbus at 7, Winnipeg, Edmonton, Carolina, Arizona. That should be a walk. Montreal, Anaheim, and then Jersey versus Vegas.
I wonder if the Rangers will make any other moves for Hartford.
That's what I wonder. I mean, why not? Why not? Let's see. I'm gonna look it up on a separate thing. Close that. Open up. Stream over here. Got like 3 devices going. I need to just invest in a monitor. That way I don't have
By the way, Vladislav Nemesnikov.
What you got?
Has tied the record for most times being traded at the deadline.
Oh my god.
He was now traded at the deadline 4 times.
Jesus Christ, man. You know what's really bad? Like, a team like Tampa Bay where you literally just need to be a fourth liner and get out of everyone's way, and they retain salary on you to get rid of you. That's bad. That's bad.
By the way, the only other player that was traded at the deadline 4 times was Alan May in 1988, 1989, 1994, and 1995.
Jesus, that guy was never safe. That guy's wife probably hated him. Where are we going now, honey?
Here's an interesting thing about trades and David Perron, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know how many teams David Perron has played for?
A ton. But he's only
Do you
signed
know?
with 2 teams, right?
Until last summer, he
Yep.
had only signed ever with the St. Louis Blues.
That's insane.
He has played for 6 different teams.
And what's crazy is every time St. Louis has gotten rid of him, he's been a really good player for them.
Mm-hmm. And it's most of the times he's traded. One time he was picked in the expansion draft by Vegas.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, he signed, I think, 4 contracts with the St. Louis Blues and ended up playing for 5 different teams on those contracts.
That's interesting, that
That's
Frank
wild.
Saravelli tweet there.
But dude, like, how the hell are they gonna fit him in? Like
Yeah.
Philip Myers, there's no way that is enough.
I mean, he's making 2.5. They gave him an extension too for 1.4. What were they thinking?
Dude,
That's, I don't know. I mean, if there's one team we know that could do it, it's Tampa.
yeah. Well, they'll figure out a way to circumvent the cap, I'm sure.
That would just make their decor though just ridiculous.
It wouldn't even be fair. It
Yeah.
would not be even fair. Let's see, Foligno missing the rest of the season. Yada yada. I love this guy, by the way, Mark Eason.
Brock McGinn's going the other way in the deal.
Well, there you go. There's the money. There's the money move. You know, dude, I'm actually a really big Brock McGinn fan, and if he wasn't making as much money as he was, he could have been a really interesting pickup for the Rangers.
Oh yeah.
Pull up some of his smaller stats. That's not the one I want to look at his miscellaneous stats. Let's see. Yeah, more takeaways and giveaways, decent hitting, decent blocking. Brock McGinn, for all my Carolina neighbors, was a fan favorite over here. Look at the penalties drawn against penalties taken, a 1.06 net penalties. So he, just like Steven, just like you and I were talking about earlier, if you're going to be a depth player, if you can't offer anything, offer that. You draw a lot more penalties than you take.
Yeah.
Dude, man, I wonder if that's towards the top of the league, 1.06.
By the way, so regarding Tyler Mott, the
Six
Rangers
something.
the Rangers cannot call up an emergency recall. I forgot about this because tomorrow is the first emergency contest for Mott's injury.
Yep.
They'll be eligible to call up a replacement for Mott for the next game, which is only next week.
Yeah, when it's pointless because
Yeah.
they should have.
But just so everyone's aware, this is literally in the CBA.
So now,
Although I guess it would be good if they could make an emergency call up then, because you let Ryan Lindgren sit for
Yes.
another game, let him get healthy.
Yeah.
So it wouldn't
Yeah.
be the end all be all to just call up like
well,
Carpenter or someone.
they can only call up an emergency player to replace Mott. So if Mott is good to go, then that falls through.
so
Yeah.
now the rule is their cap hit cannot be greater than 850K, right?
Yes.
So
for an
that
emergency recall.
leaves Gus Riedel and Ryan Carpenter as your only 2 realistic options, correct?
Jake Lecision, baby.
Oh God. Hey, you gonna get his jersey?
Someone said if the Rangers win the Stanley Cup, that he's gonna buy me a Jake Lecision jersey, and he wants to wear it to the parade.
Dude. Hey, you know what? I hope they win the cup for that reason only.
I'm not wearing a Jake Lecision jersey to the parade, man. If I fly all the way to New York for the parade, I'm not wearing a Jake Lecision jersey.
Dude, come on, that would be legendary.
I will gladly wear a Jake Lecision jersey to a game at the Garden. I have no problem with that. But if I fly to New York for the Stanley Cup parade, I'm gonna pick what jersey I'm gonna wear.
What jersey is that going to be?
I'm probably gonna go with Kakko's Finland jersey from the Euro Hockey Tour in 2019.
That's a fair pick. That's a good pick for sure. Oh wow.
Wow. I remember when we used to call him Oscar Calderberg because he had such a good start as a Ranger. And there was all this talk about can he win the Calder, but no.
That's a jersey right there.
Man, do you remember that season where we had Mark Stahl, Jared Stoll, Victor Stahlberg, and
Yeah.
Oscar Lindberg? That was a nightmare
love
for
it.
Sam Rosen.
Dude, I'll tell you right now, I miss peak Oscar Lindbergh. That guy was awesome.
Yeah.
He was exciting.
But you know what? Losing him in the expansion draft, that was the right call. It was the right call to it worked out for us.
Yes.
Because
Yes.
they should have picked Jesper Fast.
I still can't believe they didn't. Man, Lindbergh was awesome.
I wonder
love
what I
Lindbergh.
would. That makes me think what I would wear to the parade because I have no idea.
I think I have a VC jersey in there that's like half a decade old. I might wear.
Rock a Jimmy VC
Oh,
jersey
could
to
you
the
imagine?
parade.
Oh, the old Hemi. Actually, that is an interesting conversation, and I hope it's a conversation we could have in a couple months' time. I really hope we could get together and figure out our fashion statements for the Rangers parade weekend.
Yeah, that would be nice.
I'm praying on it.
I'm arguing with Devil fans currently on Twitter because the Devils fans still think they're gonna walk all over the Rangers, which is something else to say the least.
Dude, I don't know.
It's one thing to say the Devils will win the series, but it's another thing to act like this is gonna be a sweep for the Devils.
That's what bothers me a lot about hockey Twitter is everyone is so convinced of their team. Like
Yeah.
I'm pretty realistic when it comes to the Rangers. If you watch any of my OT reactions, you see how loud I scream and how pissed off I get and how down and deprecating I am on the Rangers. Like some people they just have these egos that just stretch beyond what any normal ego should be about their teams, and it is amazing.
Yeah, it's ridiculous to me.
And being from Wantagh in Long Island, I mean, I grew up surrounded by Islanders fans, so I know it firsthand.
Yeah.
Wait, you're from Wantagh?
Yeah, that was my hometown.
That's where our fiance's brother lives, I think.
Get the hell out of here! Are you serious?
Yeah, I've been there.
Wantagh. I spent the first 17 years and 11 months of my life in Wantagh. Well, maybe off stream we'll talk about that. I don't want to give away any specific locations, but yeah, Wantagh is my area. That was my old stomping grounds. Right by I won't give the exact spot, but I was very close to the Seafood Oyster Bay and extremely close to Loughbury Avenue. For any Long Islandites that know where that is. That was my domain growing up. That's actually really funny.
Brock McGinn's J-Fresh cards. Interesting.
Oh, that's what I keep forgetting to do is go to JFresh's page. It's what is it like? Is it like all defense, no offense?
Yeah,
Figured.
pretty much.
Let's see. Oh yeah, you're not joking. That's like not a bad card though. See that 93% penalties, like that's what I look for in like a depth guy. He doesn't take penalties, but he draws a lot of them, and he's good defensively. Obviously, you want depth scoring, and depth scoring is huge. But if you don't have an option and you just need a guy to help out, why not? Let's see what the other card. Damn, that Kulikov card is not nearly as good as I thought it would be.
Nope.
Wow. But look at that war percent. Now I know these cards aren't the end all be all. I just like looking at them just because it's just interesting to see. That war percentile really dropped off. Now is that a statement to how bad he's been, or how bad that Anaheim's been?
Well, no. If his WAR goes down, it could be because the Anaheim Ducks actually improved.
Oh yeah, that's true actually. That's actually
If
true.
your WAR, if you, because that's wins above replacement.
Right.
So if your wins above replacement goes down, either you suck or your team gets better. I think.
Lemieux's WAR is higher than I thought it would be. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I know it's sitting at 29, but that's higher than I thought it would have been. And there's Nemesnikov. Okay, not bad. Zach McEwen. Oh my God.
They need to add just to give him some value. They need to add to this card fighting.
Yeah.
Just add fighting somewhere.
Oh my God. That's a tough look. Curtis Lazar.
I know people are downplaying and joking about Curtis Lazar. I have a feeling he's going to be a pain in the ass for us.
100%. He always is.
He's going to be a pain in the ass for us for sure.
That Verona car is not bad.
Yeah, that's
There's
an
that
interesting.
Nick Bonino,
Nick
man.
Bonino.
God,
that
man.
defense.
I wanted him so bad. Damn. Good old Nick Bonino. Max Domi. Yeah, like that's literally the epitome of Max Domi. All offense, no defense. Also, so this is another thing about Max Domi that bothered the life out of me and is why I did not want him, and people could not wrap their heads around it. So if you look at Max Domi, first of all, the net penalties per 60. All right, so hold on. What the hell? Why is Kubalik? Oh, I guess because Dominic. Max Domi. I just want Max Domi. Okay, so Max Domi. Okay, so negative 0.49 penalty per 60. All right, but he's scoring, so you can almost look past that, right? Yeah, no. You look at his miscellaneous stats. This is what always gets me. Giveaways, 2.3. Listen, he's got good takeaways, fine, but look at how many giveaways he has. Jesus Christ.
You just don't get it. Here's your issue.
I will say something in Domi's defense here. Players that have the puck on their sticks more often tend to have more giveaways.
Yes, fair.
The players, if you get rid of the filters, if you sort by giveaways, the players that have the most giveaways. Look at that.
That's fair.
Those are players that always have the puck on their sticks. Those are the players that make the plays. They're going to have risky passes. They're going to have passes that don't connect. If you look at the production on this list, like if you do you have like does it show points at all?
No, I don't even know if I could add a filter for it. The NHL.
Anyway.
Oh man.
But if you scroll through this and you get to like if you see a third or fourth liner on this list, then yeah.
How about I'll do where's giveaways per 60? There's no giveaways per 60. We'll do 2.0 and we'll sort by the entire league. Jesus. Why does that not seem right? No, actually that seems right. Does it seem right? No, that's not right.
You're sorting on point. No. No. It's you change your report so it this is the problem. Once you change to a different report, it removes your custom filters.
That's frustrating. I wish it would. I just want to see points. Well, man, the NHL really does have a good database, but they do not let you put on as many filters as you want.
Listen, it's better than it used to be.
It's much better, much better.
And until 2 years ago, they only had box scores going back to 2005.
Mm-hmm.
So, I think in the last 2 years, they uploaded all the box scores dating back all the way to 1917. That's why you see a lot of people that post stats. Now, the last 2 years, they were like they're able to give you stats going back all the way to the 1910s and 1920s. Whereas before that, it was always, second most goals in the first 20 games for the team since 1990 or
That's
since
wild.
1995, because that's the data that was available.
Right.
Here's the issue that you're not getting about Domi though. People want him because grit, baby.
Yeah,
Need that
seriously.
grit.
Yeah.
Like the amount of people flooding my chat saying we need Tanner Jeannot was just absurd.
My problem with that is that Tanner Jeannot was just the flavor of the month. Like every month there's a different player that the insiders link to the Rangers and everyone jumps on it.
Mm-hmm.
It happened with Horvat. It happened with Meyer. It happened with Jeannot. Every month there's a new player that people just latch onto.
Seriously,
because a reporter mentions them in an article. I remember when Larry Brooks first mentioned what's the Montreal Canadiens guy that he's so obsessed with?
Josh Anderson.
Oh
Josh Anderson. Jesus.
Yeah, I got blocked for him over Pierre-Luc Dubois.
Larry Brooks blocked me because he posted an article about Niels Lundqvist a few years ago.
And you corrected him, right?
His editor put a picture in there of Simon Kjellberg, who is a left-handed Swedish defensive prospect. So I sent him a DM and I said, "Hey Larry, just to let you know, the guy in the picture in your article is not Niels Lundqvist, it's Simon Kjellberg. Can you pass this along to your editor so he can update the photo. And then he responded saying, "You're wrong," and blocked. And then 2 hours later, the photo was changed anyway.
Ha! What a friggin' jerk, dude.
It's all right. It's all right. Listen, he gets a lot of shit, so I understand that he blocks people. Like, I've blocked people on Twitter that maybe I probably shouldn't have, but I reach my boiling point sometimes where I'm like, fuck this shit, block.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Just get over it.
It takes a
don't care.
lot for me to block someone, and
Yeah.
it took me till yesterday to block someone from my YouTube chat because all he kept commenting was about how we need a guy like Tanner Janot, and I'm like, yeah, I'm just done with you. If I hear one more thing about Tanner Janot from you,
Yeah, I had it in one of my Twitter
Christ.
spaces. This guy Jack that always calls it. He always wants to talk about Panarin. So yesterday I was like, "Listen, Jack, if you mention Panarin once, I'm kicking you off the chat."
yeah.
And he goes, "But I haven't even talked about Panarin." Like, yeah, let's keep it that way.
Oh my god.
Because it was all we just wanted to talk about Patrick Kane. You know, it was Patrick
Right.
Kane's debut, and
Right,
I
it was
wasn't-
his day.
I was in the mood for another 20-minute debate about how Artemi Panarin only scores against lottery teams, and Artemi Panarin is overpaid, and
Oh my
we should
god.
trade Artemi Panarin. Fuck no. Normally, I'm all for a conversation like that. You know, if you want to go into depth. But yesterday, I just wanted to talk about Patrick Kane. So
It was Kane Day.
Shit.
yeah. But look, the Jack kid, he's a good kid. He gets a little bit obsessed about Panarin sometimes.
Yeah.
Let's see what's going on.
I got blocked by Brooks though because I hit him with the John Tortorella bus stop line when he said to trade Kakko and or Lafreniere for PLD.
Oh my god.
Wow. I remember when Larry Brooks wrote an article about Derek Stepan not getting traded at the draft in 2017, and the article was published like 2 hours before Stepan was actually traded.
Wait, what was that last part?
So he wrote an article about how he heard that Stepan was not getting moved in 2017.
Uh-huh.
And 2 hours after the article came out, Stepan was traded to Arizona.
That's wild. Dude, I'll tell you about that Stepan trade. I was actually getting a haircut when that trade happened, and I ran to my car to make like a 2-minute video about it. But I remember the one thing I remember about that 2017 draft was I think it was AJ Nunn, because like he was big on the European prospects. His big thing was if you're gonna draft anyone, just don't draft Elias Anderson. I think it was him that was saying it, and the Rangers drafted Elias Anderson with the 7th overall pick.
Yeah. I was driving. I was in the process of moving to Vienna the weekend of the draft in 2017. I was in Luxembourg for the day of the first round. So I was kind of tracking it on my phone, and I was out for drinks, and so I didn't really experience it as much as other Ranger fans, the whole Stepan trade thing.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I remember watching the first round of the draft and go, "Oh yeah, we have the 7th overall pick."
You know, I don't even think with that pick, that Elias Anderson pick, was there even anyone that great that like? Because usually you give it like 3 picks. Like if it's within 3 picks, you'd be like, yeah, they probably could have drafted him. There really wasn't anyone within 3 picks, was there? Yeah, Middlestad, Rasby, and Tippett. Okay, so Tippett maybe today, but like
The guy that I liked was Martin Netjes, but to be
yeah,
perfectly honest, that was more because I saw him play in person. Because I spent a couple of months in Vienna before that, and I drove up to Brno a few times to watch him play. So Martin Netjes was the guy that I was kind of gravitating towards, but I knew he was going to be a reach at 7.
yeah.
But if you look at the players drafted after Elias that year, right? I'm not defending the pick, but I'm really not that upset that we missed out on Casey Middlestad, Michael
Yeah.
Rasmussen, Owen Tippett, who only looked like Gretzky a couple of 2 days ago because a Rangers defense just made him look like that.
Right.
Owen Tippett is decent, but still not a player that I'm upset about that we lost out on him.
Not even Velarde. Like Velarde's okay.
Velarde, I mean, yeah, once you get to like 12, 13 with Netjes and Suzuki,
It's a reach.
but after that, you have to go all the way to 19 when you get to Josh Norris and Robert Thomas.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's the Rangers wanted Elias Pettersson.
Yes.
Unfortunately, he went at 5, and they just didn't have a plan.
Man, I wonder if there would have been a way. First of all, I feel awful for Nolan Patrick, but oh my god, I still can't believe he went second overall with all the injury history he had. But I wonder if there was a way the Rangers could have traded up and got the 5th overall pick that year and gotten Elias Pettersson or something. Man, I know hindsight's 2020, but
Look, I don't know how reliable this is, but I remember hearing at the time that they had a deal in place with Colorado. But when Dallas reached for Miro Heiskanen, Colorado decided to keep the pick to get Makar.
because they probably had Heiskanen in mind.
Yeah, and Heiskanen. If you look at the central scouting for that year, Elias Anderson was actually the second highest ranked European skater behind Klim Kostin, who was the last pick in the first round.
I'll tell you what's pretty impressive about this draft is that all but one player on this list has played an NHL game this year. You probably cannot say that, or I guess 2, because Nolan Patrick. You really probably cannot say that about very many drafts. That every single player but 2 on the list are in the NHL today. That's actually really impressive.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I know a lot of them are depth guys, and they don't all stick out and jump off a page at you, but that's pretty damn impressive.
There's no real high-end talent aside from Makar, Heiskanen, and Pettersson, like those 3.
Ottinger too. I'd throw in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Heedle's coming to his own. Robert Thomas is solid. Heishier's
Suzuki.
good.
I forgot about Suzuki.
Oh yeah,
there.
Suzuki too. Like yeah, there's some good players.
Yeah, but look, it is what it is. The Rangers just didn't work out.
Yeah. What a shame. That would have been a sick pickup, man. Imagine Pettersson on this team. Oh.
Yeah.
That's wild.
But I'm always worried, like in that like alternate scenario, like alternate reality. How would a guy like Elias Pettersson have developed in the Rangers organization?
Right. Right. Yeah. We don't know what happens. Yeah. Especially the Rangers organization.
David Quinn would have played him on the 4th line with Michael Haley.
Dude, the Pettersson-Haley line would have freaking slapped.
And then Brendan Smith on the wing.
Oh my god. Oh my god. I told you I was at Brendan Smith's first AHL game with the Rangers in Charlotte. Absolutely wild. Absolutely wild. So, all right, so the Habs are taking half of Bonino's 25%. Well, that's not bad. That's wild. If they needed that much cap brokering, it's freaking so weird, man. The Rangers have what, $6,000 in cap space? Vince Mercogliano tweeted. So they unless they traded Harper, which they ain't doing, there's nothing they could do today.
Oh, that $6,000 in cap space. Where do we get so much?
That's hey, we can go to Home Depot or Lowe's and get a fridge.
The current cap space is $7,083.
Jesus Christ! Get a new washing machine, throw a fridge in there or something like that.
I have more in my bank account than the Rangers do at this point.
Oh my God! Get rid of the hard cap. Make it a soft cap, man. Because it really stymies the league. Like, imagine if there was a soft cap and that there's still penalties for going over the cap, but like you could actually go over it.
No, see, the problem is general managers don't know how to deal with the salary cap as it is.
True.
If you turn it into a soft cap, then this league is going to have a really big issue. And the reason the NHL has a much harder time dealing with the salary cap is because they have 6 teams. Is it 6 teams? 1, 2, 3, 7. Sorry, 7 teams in Canada. True. So 7 out of 32 teams in the league have to rely on a different currency for their revenue, mm-hmm. and that's the whole problem here.
That's true.
When the Canadian dollar goes down, it impacts the salary cap in the NHL because those 7 teams, their revenue, like their income is Canadian dollars, but their expenses, their salaries to pay out, that's all US dollars.
Right.
So if the Canadian dollar goes down, even a couple percentage points, that affects the revenue of those Canadian teams massively because and this is why escrow is such a big thing in the NHL. And the NFL doesn't have this. MLB has one. MLB and the NBA have one Canadian team.
Mm-hmm.
Like MLB is 30 teams.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's 1 out of 30. NBA is 32, I think. Is it? Or is
Yes.
it also 30?
Yeah, I don't know.
32.
Yeah, 30. There you go.
Yeah, so it's 1 out of 30, 1 out of 32. The NFL is 0 out of 32 playing in Canada. Well, except for the Buffalo Bills, a couple of games a year, I guess. I don't know if they still do that. But the NHL, 7 out of 32 teams are located in Canada, and that impacts the salary cap.
Oh, and then you have teams too with no state income tax. Jealous.
Well, see, and there's a very simple solution to this. Just base the cap hit on the net pay, not the gross pay.
Thank you. That's what I keep. Yeah, no.
No complicated calculations. Just net pay is your cap hit.
Right. Exactly.
Yep.
Exactly.
I also want a homegrown discount on the salary cap. Like if you drafted and developed a player, you should get a 5% discount for every year he's on the team with a max of 25%.
Yeah, that would be great because then you're not punishing teams for accruing assets. Like, it makes
Then-
sense.
You are not punishing teams for actually developing and building through the draft.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's what I hate the most, man. You do get punished for accruing assets, and that's what sucks.
Apparently, an update on JVR: Minnesota and Winnipeg are out. Colorado is in the mix. Same with Vegas and Seattle.
I don't know. Listen, JVR is not a bad player, but it's amazing how much of a market he has.
Yeah.
I know he's like he's a good middle six scorer, but I don't know.
I have a feeling the Flyers are actually going to get a good amount for JVR with how many teams are in the mix.
100%, dude. Let's say what are JVR's little numbers? So he has 12 hits this year. Giveaways to takeaways. There you go. So he has double the amount of takeaways as he has giveaways. That's a good number right there. And his penalties, a net negative for penalties, but he's only taken nine minor penalties. I mean there's much worse out there. Let's see, what about his summary? What is he doing point wise? Yeah, I mean he's not a bad look. That's a good middle six forward. I take back what I said. That's a good middle six forward.
Yeah. I think they might get a second for him.
And hey, that's if they can get a second for him, that's good. That's a good price.
Yeah. The only thing is I feel like a third team's going to have to get in the mix here for
Dude,
JVR.
I mean he's making his cap hit's what, 7.5 mil?
7 mil.
7 mil, so there you go. So I'm trying to see what else is going on. I'm even looking for just anything at all, anyone at all.
Yeah, this is so bad how there's nothing at all going on.
It's still
Hopefully things heat up in a few minutes once it reaches 2 o'clock, but
yeah.
it's hard to imagine given the fact that all the big names are already off the board.
Dude, you know what I'm most surprised about? That we haven't heard a thing about Vancouver.
Yeah, things are very quiet with Vancouver, and they have assets and a half. They have Miller, who could be on the move. They have Garland. They have Besser. All those guys could be on the move.
Oopsies. Yeah, I don't. It's shocking because you just need a bunch of guys right there that they could move and get a lot of assets for, and they just haven't done anything. Them re-signing Andrei Kuzmenko was even surprising because I really thought that they were going to commit hard to a rebuild, but I guess they just want to try to artificially extend their window as much as possible, if they even ever had a window, that is.
Oh, Nick, let me send you the back cover of the Daily News today. It's pretty funny.
All right, hit it.
Yeah. Send it to you now.
I tried to get Sean Avery to come on today. He just totally ignored me. I got all excited, too. Rick Dahlwall was almost in on it. Oh, come on. Ain't Patrick's Day. Who wrote that?
I think that's a funny one.
That is pretty funny.
Yeah, that's a good one.
That's funny. I don't
It's a
like
good one, but I hate it.
Yeah, I say it's good, but I'm upset. I'm upset.
I mean, I hate what it represents, but
yes. Dude, so what about Nils Hoglander? Why would Vancouver be interested in all at moving him? That's a little weird, no?
for the same reason we were happy to move on from Kravtsov, it just didn't work out.
Yeah.
And you know
Yeah,
what?
I
I
guess.
still think Drury is willing to give up an asset for Hoglander.
I mean, dude, why not? Like, his numbers aren't. Listen, they're not the greatest, right? These aren't the greatest numbers, but he's not bad.
Yeah. And also, I know the Rangers had him as a target for their second first round pick in 2019 before they traded it to Winnipeg for Trouba.
Mm-hmm.
I was at a junior hockey tournament in Helsinki in November 2019, and I actually ran into some people in the Rangers who were there scouting for the Rangers, and they had like all these notes on Hoglander, which was weird because he wasn't a Rangers prospect.
Mm-hmm.
So I asked, "Ooh, we trading for him anytime soon?" And they just looked at me and like, maybe."
Oh man, don't get me hyped up like that.
And I was like, "Oh man," and they're like, "Yeah, before so just don't tell anyone." Like, all right,
Dude,
but
that
it's
would be
like-
cool. I mean, that would
it's
be
like
cool.
it's like we're like 3.5 years down the line. I think it's safe. It's safe
Yeah.
to mention it now.
Dude, but a guy like Hogland, like that could be a guy that flourishes in bright lights. Like he's a guy who likes to create exciting plays and do fun stuff like that. Like,
Yeah,
man, I don't know.
he's like Trevor Zegras light.
Yes. I like that comparison. Trevor Zegras light. The Leafs are done. No.
Oh, so NHL Watcher tweeted that Boudreaux skit was hard to watch, and then some account calling Sense Buzz commented saying your mom is hard to watch.
Jesus Christ. Oh my God, what a bunch of animals.
The
Damn.
trade deadline, like the trade deadline is always wild. It's just that there are no big trades happening, but Twitter on trade deadline day is always fun.
Oh
There's
yeah,
always something happening.
always comedy.
Interesting that NHL Watcher tweet that you just had up on the screen, that they feel that the Devils will get past us.
What is Craig Button? Craig Button literally looks like, and no offense to Craig Button, but dude, he literally looks like he belongs in Whoville. Like, oh my God, I can't get over it. The hair.
Craig Button feels the Leafs have done enough to get past the first round. If you say it often enough, year after year, you're going to be right eventually, right?
Exactly, yeah.
Dude, tell me this guy could not be the mayor of Whoville.
What is that picture to
Oh
the left of
yes,
that?
he looks like the mayor of Whoville,
Right
with
in the
that
Jim
nose.
Carrey movie.
Yeah, with that nose.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I never looked at it that way.
Mayor of Whoville. I mean, come on, man. Come on.
We need a
Yes.
side by side.
Yeah, do it side by side comparison.
Oh my God.
Please do a side by side comparison.
Tell me right now, this is not the mayor of Whoville. Come on.
That
Oh my
other
God.
picture from the side, like the NHL.com screenshot.
God, I mean,
That was
That's
perfect.
great.
freaking Craig Button, man.
I'll be back in a minute.
Him, Craig Button, he used to be like a pretty like good insider. I feel like he's kind of felt quiet over the years. He doesn't break anything anymore.
Craig Button is a nice guy. He puts in a lot of work. I know he gets a lot of shit from. Yeah, look, I don't mean this in a disrespectful way, but he gets a lot of shit from Twitter prospect guys. Like,
Yes.
people that, because everybody has their own ranking now. You know,
Mhm.
everybody has their Twitter ranking. Oh, and then the draft happens, and someone gets picked 42nd overall, and people go, I had him at 115.
Like, all right, pal.
All right, whatever. Craig Button puts in a lot of work. I disagree with him a lot, but I still respect him for what he does.
Right, exactly. There's only one person who does prospect ratings that is considered professional that I do not think is professional. It's Corey Pronman.
Oh yeah, I know. Pronman's is bad, but
Oh, dude, he's always wrong. He's almost been wrong about every single prospect he's ever covered.
and the ESPN guy, Greg.
Oh my God, Wyshynski.
Oh yeah, that one.
Uh,
But you know what? It's fine. You know, people have opinions, and you can disagree. That's what's so beautiful about the Western world. We can disagree with each other. But yeah, Craig Button still puts in a lot of work, even though I wouldn't say I butt heads with him, but I correct him sometimes on things that he gets wrong.
there's a word missing in there.
Wait, what?
There's a word.
Three?
Okay. There's a word missing in there that made that look a little funny when I first read it.
Oh, the Benino three-way. Ooh.
Getting saucy in Pitt.
Benino is getting freaky.
Interesting guy, huh? He's just getting after it.
All right, so the Sharks trade him to the Penguins, and Montreal retains the 50%.
Hey, an asset's an asset. Why not?
Does Benino have term left?
He may have another year after this year. Let me check. No, he's a penny UFA. No, never mind.
Okay. In that case, I don't understand why San Jose is not just retaining.
Well,
San Jose already has 2 retention slots filled, so if they retain on this one, it kind of.
So that almost leads you to believe they might be making another move if they don't want to use that third slot right now.
Yeah, I think they're gonna make another move because that third slot's still open.
But who would they move? It would be Carlson is an option. There's no way they're moving Logan Couture.
Yeah, they're definitely exploring Carlson at the least.
Dude, they have to be. You could safely say that Couture and Kevin LeBanc.
Yeah, LeBanc might be moved. If they retain 50% on LeBanc, that's an interesting asset for.
What's his contract looking like right now?
4.7 for 1 more year.
Barabanov's not having a bad year. That's a solid little player.
Yeah, Barabanov I wouldn't trade if I was Greer, but LeBanc, if you can get a good return for LeBanc, you retain some money there. I'd make that move.
Why not? I mean, an asset's an asset, and if you're not winning this year, why not accrue assets? Because you might not be worth anything next year.
Sharks are not really going anywhere.
They're not.
And
they're going nowhere fast.
Honestly, their draft pick haul is not that impressive, to be honest. I thought they had more. It's just a bunch of mid-round picks that they got from other teams. Like, if you look at the Blackhawks, if you go to Cap Friendly and you go to the Blackhawks page and you look at their draft picks.
Where's Chicago? There it is. Oh my God.
Mm-hmm.
Jesus.
Wow. First, second, third round, man. They could realistically trade into the first round twice with those 4 second-round picks.
Absolutely.
And end up with 4 first-round picks this year, one of which will most likely be a top 3.
And you could argue they could trade Athanasiou and probably get another second or third round pick and do even more. That's wild.
They might have 5 if we make the conference finals and they trade some of those seconds.
Yeah, seriously. Hey, listen, if they want that first round pick, they can have it. I would be A-okay giving that up.
But it wouldn't be this year, though.
Yeah, it would be next. Dude, the Arizona Coyotes. This is like NHL be a GM mode levels of insanity with these draft picks.
Yeah, but there's only 1 extra first rounder though. It's a lot of second round picks.
I definitely think they'll be packaging a lot of those picks to move up though.
Yeah, maybe.
They just have no trade.
That second rounder is from the Nemeth trade.
Ugh.
The Rangers second rounder. The Rangers third rounder is for the Kane retention.
Isn't there another second round pick they get from us for the Nemeth trade, or is it just that one?
No. They got a second round pick last year, I think.
Okay, there you go.
And then
wild. 2 seconds.
It was either. Oh no! Wait, it's a second in like 2026.
Yeah, I think we give up 2 seconds to get rid of Nemeth. What a joke. That guy sucks. Hey, if they trade Nick Schmaltz, they could definitely get a first-round pick for Schmaltz. Clayton Keller too, but I doubt they trade Keller.
Can you scroll up to the top of the page? Yeah, I don't think they're able to trade Nick Schmaltz because they would be underneath the cap floor.
They'd have to play garbage man unless they wouldn't even be able to activate anyone off LTIR, would they? No.
I'm sure that if they find a dance partner that has a bad contract, they'd be willing to take that for sure.
Mark Edward Vlasic, if he's well, I guess I don't think Vlasic's really playing right now, but there's got to be crappy contracts that someone would be willing to dump on them.
We should trade them. Do we have a bad contract to trade to Arizona?
Not this year, but in a couple of years we're going to. I tell you right now, I think if you put, like, in terms of cap dumps in order for who's most likely or who would be target number 1 to get rid of off the Rangers, like, who would be your guys' top 3? If you had to dump a contract and you made a top 3 list, 1, 2, and 3, who do you think the Rangers would? No, like, movement clauses aside, just individual contracts to get rid of. Who would you have in order? 1, 2, and 3.
Trouba 1.
Yeah, I think that's unanimous.
Goudreau 2. Lindgren 3.
Lindgren 3. What about Kreider? Because that's who
I'd put Kreider. Yeah, I'd put Kreider 3.
I had Kreider at 3. I know how important he is to the team and the franchise, but man, at $6.5 million, like, that's a guy.
I'd rather hold on to Kreider than give Lindgren an extension.
You think Lindgren's gonna be making over $5 a year on his next extension?
That's what I'm afraid of. Yeah.
Girardi 2.0.
I like Lindgren, but he's not gonna age well.
He's not with the way he plays, dude. He's literally Dan Girardi 2.0. He's Dan Girardi reincarnated. I'm gonna close my window. It is getting hot here. Holy. What are you doing, Canela Bella? You want the AC on? I'm about to turn the AC on. How hot is it in here? Here, buddy. No? Okay, you stay in there. Billy, 75 degrees in my room right now. Holy crap, it is hot.
I don't know how much that is.
I'll tell you right now. 75 F2C. 23.8.
Okay, that's a bit warm.
Yeah. Supposed to be so it'll be like 24 Celsius in Charlotte today at the height. But it's humid as hell out, man. We're supposed to be getting another storm.
You're in Carolina, right?
Yeah, I'm in Charlotte. A couple hours from Raleigh. It's nice, dude. Like, cause the one thing I do love about it is, like, when you wake up in the morning, it's cool enough out and you get a calm enough breeze where you could open the window and the temperature's perfect. But once you get to midday, oh my god, it gets so hot. Like, we're almost getting ready for, like, pool weather, and it's March. Birds are already chirping outside. The damn mosquitoes are out. Yeah, it's pretty much in the 70s all week. All right, let's see what else. So, any news on the Twitter front? I missed 10 tweets. Okay, let's see. Give me something good. So that's the Bonino trade. So what does Pittsburgh give up altogether? Did they give up 2 5ths and a 7th to get him? No, the 5th round picks from San Jose. Oh, so San Jose. Oh, okay, I see. Okay, so Pittsburgh gave up a 5th and a 7th for Nick Bonino. That's
not
great.
Not bad
value.
at all.
That's great value.
Um.
Let's see. I'm not even upset that this deadline's been quiet because we really did have a super, like, crazy, like, week or 2 weeks, you could argue. But I still think there's moves to be made and stuff to happen within the next hour and a half, because you know the way the trades funnel in after the 3 p.m. Like when McDonough and Miller got traded, that flew in after the who broke that trade? Because that wasn't an insider that broke the McDonough Miller trade, was it? Or no, that was the Brady Shea trade. That was what's her name broke it? Shayna. She broke that one. But the Miller McDonough trade that flew in after hours. No.
Yeah, so as long as the trade was sent to the league before 3 p.m., then it's still valid. It can be processed afterwards, but
right. And now, but you could still you could still change the minor parts of that deal, right? If it's in the registry to make money work, or it has to be the deal itself, like the whole deal in its entirety.
No, I think the whole deal has to be in by 3.
Okay. Okay, let's...
Yeah, there's some this is an underwhelming deadline day after one of the wildest trade seasons.
I'm still holding out hope that something crazy is gonna happen, but man, I don't know.
It would be with Vancouver if it's anyone.
Dude, that's what I'm saying, right? It has to be. We literally named off 3 guys that they could realistically move, and that would get them a decent return in Miller, Besser, and Connor Garland. San Jose, you know, with Kevin LeBanc, maybe Barabanov. I doubt they'd move him. Take a quick look around the league. Andres Athanasiou is an option.
Connor Sherry still.
Connor Sherry in Washington. Like, what are some teams that are really just on the outside looking in that could... Here, Montreal, perfect example. Jonathan Drouin. Why would they not move Jonathan Drouin?
Reinhardt's still a name that I'm intrigued by. Like,
Radko Klingberg.
There's so many guys still that could be moved, but it's just a matter of teams just willing to admit, hey, we can't win a round against Boston.
Yes. Joel Edmondson. There's names, man. I mean, there's plenty of players to go around. JVR, as we talked earlier.
So, Nick, here's a question for you.
Hit me.
I'm going to name 4 teams, right? Can you name the team that Mike Richter was never a part of?
Go ahead.
Nashville Predators.
Okay.
New York Rangers.
Okay.
Boston Bruins. And Edmonton Oilers.
Boston Bruins.
All right. Did you know the other 2?
The Nashville Predators got him in an expansion draft, and he left their free agency, re-signed with the Rangers. And the other team was the Oilers, who I think we traded him to the Oilers. He went to free agency, and we re-signed him there too, right?
Yes, and the Oilers got a compensatory draft pick that they then used on a player who never declared for the draft, so the pick was not valid.
Oh my god,
that's tough.
That's wild.
The pick was null and void because the guy never declared for the draft.
Dude, I love it.
He never registered for the draft. Yeah, it was so stupid. Yeah, but those compensatory draft pick days, those were wild, man. Like, Leach was traded to the Oilers in 2003.
I would say, and then he went to free agency, and we just picked him up and then traded him to, was it Boston? Toronto. And then we signed him again and then traded him to Boston. Or did he just sign in Boston outright?
No, he just signed in Boston, I think.
Okay.
And we traded Messier to the Sharks.
Yep.
For a 4th-round pick that we then used to draft Ryan Callahan.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah, those were the days. I can understand why the league got rid of that rule with the compensatory draft picks, because the Sharks got a 3rd-round pick as compensation for a player they traded a 4th-round pick for, so they were just cheating the system. But,
oh no, not the system being cheated. Oh god, no, can't have that. Screw the system. All right, there's got to be something going on, right? Come on, just give me a rumor. Give me some sustenance.
Something
here.
to work with, yeah.
Yeah, something to just talk about. Just give me something. Tell me the Rangers are trying to do something. Just even though I know they're not, just like give me something.
What do you think has been the weirdest move at the deadline this year?
Tanner Jeannot.
Yeah. I definitely think that was the weirdest on the return alone.
That's fair.
Chris
I think the
Drury,
most out of left field move was the Pierre Engvall move to me.
Maybe.
Yeah, that was a weird one.
Chris Drury traded less for Tarasenko, Mikkola, and Kane than Brisebois traded for Jeannot. And I know Jeannot is RFA, so he has 1 year left of like team control, but still. a first, a second, third, fourth, fifth, and Calfoot for 10 and Jeannot. That's. But if there's a team in the league that can make it work, then it's Tampa.
Well, yeah.
Tampa's just going all in to get a third cup out of this run.
Yeah, and Tanner Jeannot's going to take like a penny contract to stay there too. That's
and you know what? It's a lot easier to make a move like this when you have 2 cups in your back pocket. It's a lot easier to sell to your fan base that you're selling all your draft picks for a third liner when you have those 2 recent cups.
Right. Yeah. Why? Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Like if Drury made that trade, like Ranger fans would be outside MSG with pitchforks.
Dude, 100%. I mean, that was like 5 picks and a solid, at this point, solid top 6 defenseman. Who's what? How old's Calfoot? 23?
22.
My chat says otherwise. My chat says they would be at the parade yesterday.
I love it.
Not if it was for a first, a second, third, a fourth, a fifth, and Zach Jones.
Like, because that's pretty much what the equivalent would have been, right?
Yeah.
But we got grits.
Yes. Yes. All the hits per 60. Give me them.
Yeah.
Look at those fighting majors.
I think people have been playing fantasy hockey for too long, where you have those categories where you get points for like hits and shit.
Yes. Oh my god, man. Like, listen, the Rangers had one playoff run where they tried to play physical out of the gate. They had one, and we got swept in the damn bubble trying to do it. So it doesn't work. All right, it doesn't. In the modern NHL, speed kills. That is it.
I'll say this. I'm all for adding grit to the team, but grit needs to be something a player brings on top of everything else.
Yes, like a Tom Wilson.
Mm-hmm.
It shouldn't be their defining characteristic, because that's how you end up with Tanner Glass and Cody McLeod and Daryl Poe and
Sammy Boy.
Sammy, yep.
And I keep trying to explain this to people that these type of players do not grow on trees, and it's hard for them to comprehend for whatever reason.
Mm-hmm. Seriously. Dude, I gotta say this too, and because I feel like this happens with every Rangers deadline acquisition, Patrick Kane looked pretty comfortable last night. Like, he wasn't afraid to make moves, make stretch passes, or do whatever he had to do. Like, I feel like every time we get a guy at the deadline, they're like, they start slow because they're almost afraid to do anything. Like, the lights are too bright. And I feel like Kane almost flourished last night. Like, how many times did we watch him make a nice move or a tight pass or a stretch pass that, whether it worked or not, fine. But, like, the fact that he's already trying them shows that he looks pretty comfortable right off the rip.
Yeah, I agree. And people were getting pissed at him because he was making mistakes because he was doing it. But I'd rather him just force and try to make those plays than not.
Yes, 100%. Like, instead of him going into a shell, then it's like, well, why did we trade this guy? He didn't even trade for this guy. He didn't even do anything. Like, I could appreciate him at least putting forth the effort and already feeling comfortable in himself to make the moves that he made last night. Like, there was one play, he got a pass. He cut from his forehand to his backhand, almost split the D for a breakaway. I think it was in the third period, but, like, the fact that he was already trying to make moves like that, I loved. Like, just... dude, I hope he keeps it up. And I think Kane being here helps Tarasenko, and that Tarasenko is no longer like, all right, this is the deadline acquisition, all the pressure's on me. Where now the pressure's a little bit spread out, and I think that's part of the reason he felt comfortable enough to make that move he made last night on that beautiful goal he scored.
Yeah, that was beautiful, that goal.
Oh, dude, wasn't that something to watch? I love that. That was
in the garden
goal.
again.
Yep, against Cam Talbot. He's got some vendetta against this poor guy. Poor guy's got a family.
Yeah, and Joey of Ice Cold Takes actually uploaded a video of the goals side by side.
Yes.
It's scary. It's scary how similar those 2 goals are.
Nearly identical. The only difference was McElrath wasn't on the ice for the second one.
So apparently Drager said that I don't know, maybe you covered this already, that the Penguins went hard after JT Miller.
No, I did not see that.
Vancouver said they liked the offer, but they couldn't take it because it was just draft picks, and they wanted a center in return.
So that must have been what was it? Shayna the other day that tweeted that the Penguins and Canucks are finishing a deal or something like that, and it just never happened. That must have been what it was about.
Yeah, and I think after that, the Penguins just like that's when they landed on Granlund instead.
Gotcha. Okay. Let's see. Canucks are. So I guess they're still pursuing it, but it's just probably not gonna happen.
Can you imagine if the Flyers just trade Kevin Hayes for JT Miller?
Dude, if I'm the Flyers, who've already been like reported to be buying out Kevin Hayes, why not take again literally anything for him?
Yeah.
This is what I don't understand about GM. Some of these guys, like this, it could be an ego thing. Like, oh well, I have my price. I'm not going to keep below it. Know your worth. Know what you have and get what you can, because it's going to cost you more to buy the idiot out than get a draft pick for him and retain some salary.
Yep.
It's just so stupid. It's just so stupid. Let's see. Canucks report. Turnover. Yeah, here. Yeah, okay. So, man, that's interesting. I wonder if the Canes have another big swing in them if they're going to try to do something today.
Well, they have to. They're the only team in the East that hasn't made a big deal.
Dude, seriously. Oh, Jordan Greenway to Buffalo. So there you go. So there's Buffalo's move.
That's interesting.
They finally got to take her for Greenway, huh?
Do you think it's going to be a first-round pick plus?
Took him 6 years.
Seriously. Guy's been rumored to get. He was rumored to get traded from Minnesota before they even drafted the guy.
Yeah.
All right, I wonder if they're going to trade a first-round pick for him.
It reminds me of those Shane Doan rumors we heard every year.
Or how about when the Rangers signed Jason Arnott, but he failed his physical?
Oh yeah.
Remember that one?
I was a little disappointed when Arnott didn't stick around. I would have loved to see him on the Rangers.
That would have been that was a good little veteran signing. It just never.
Yeah.
Oh, because I've been filtered by the San Jose Sharks. I'm like, what the hell am I doing?
And do you remember Ryan Malone wearing
Bugsy? Good old Bugsy. Let's see. Miscellaneous stats. Nah, not bad. I would have thought his hits per 60 would have been a lot higher than that.
Oh, here's a question for you, Nick.
Hit me.
I don't know. Did we go over this the other day? Do you know the last time the Rangers had 3 Stanley Cup winners on the team prior to last night?
I want a second to guess on this one. Would it have been during Kovalev's return when it was Kovalev, Yager, and
No, it's not that far back.
not that so more recent?
Mm-hmm.
Richards, Boyle, and St. Louis?
No more recent than that.
So this were
Also, Brad Richards and Dan Boyle didn't play together for the Rangers.
That's right, because we bought out Richards and Anton Strom. Right, okay, right. Anton Stroman left and we but it was more recent than 2015?
It was more recent than 2014, 2015.
Okay, so then we're looking at let's see.
You're close, but
What year?
2015, 2016.
15, 16. Okay, so that was the year we went in total sell mode and ditched everybody.
We had 6 cup winners on the team that season.
Wow. Okay. So
Not including players that would win a cup later on, though.
Okay, so Tanner Glass is one of them, right? With Pittsburgh?
Tanner Glass never won a Stanley Cup.
He didn't win a cup with Pittsburgh?
Nope.
Wow. Okay, 15, 16. I'm trying to, without looking at the roster, I'm trying to think who was on that team that had one, and we had 6 of the bastards. Who was the backup goalie in 15-60? Andre Pavlich, right? It couldn't have been him. Definitely wasn't Pavlich. 15-16. Oh man, this is gonna bug the life out of me. How about this? What teams did they win the cups with?
That I can actually help you with.
Okay.
A second and a fifth, by the way, for Greenway.
Okay.
Not bad.
So Ryan McDonough is one of the 6, but he doesn't count.
Right.
So the other 5, one of them won it with the Tampa Bay Lightning.
Okay.
Prior
to being on the Rangers, right?
Yeah, one of them won it with the Chicago Blackhawks, one with the Carolina Hurricanes, one with the LA Kings, and one with the Boston Bruins.
Okay, so Victor Stolberg.
Yep, that's one.
Okay. You said one with Tampa Bay.
Mm-hmm.
So that would have had to have been Tampa Bay of 2004.
Mm-hmm.
And this is 15-16.
Mm-hmm.
So this is St. Louis at this point's gone. Richards at this point's gone. That's Dan Boyle, right? No. Yeah,
Yeah.
that is
Yeah.
Dan Boyle.
Dan Boyle. 3 to go.
You said the Boston Bruins.
Yeah, you're never gonna guess this. You're never gonna get this. The guy started the season. Started with the Rangers on a PTO, like mid-season. I think I signed him in like November.
No, not Chris Kelly. The other fourth liner. Holy Danny
Yeah.
Paille.
Daniel Paille. There you go.
Okay, so that's 3. Now, I have the I didn't get the Carolina was Stallberg. I got the Boston. I got Tampa. What were the other 2 teams?
Stallberg was Chicago,
Stallberg was Chicago, right? Okay, so I'm missing the Carolina one.
and the LA Kings one.
Jarrett Stoll
Yep, the husband of Aaron Andrews.
and the Carolina Hurricanes one is the one I'm missing. So it had to have been someone of not old age.
This is the easiest one, dude.
Oh man, now the pressure's on. How could I possibly? Oh, Eric Stahl.
Yeah, there you go.
I thought Stahl was 14-15 for some reason.
No.
Some trades are breaking.
Thank God. What do we
Ooh.
got?
Sunquist to the Wild.
It's a good pickup.
That's a great pickup. So the Wild really are still trying to play it out and win. Albay
Yep.
Kubel resigns. JVR to what? Detroit in on JVR?
Interesting.
Why? Dude,
I
they
love
They
it.
cannot.
sold a bit.
They love their overpaid wingers, huh?
Dude, they freaking do. Oh my God. Wild clearing cap space. Can they get Besser? Says Rick Dollawall.
Then you have rumors going around for whatever reason about Houston and Atlanta potentially getting NHL teams. I don't know.
Huh. Yeah, that's a trade deadline pickup. Houston acquires Arizona. I just sent out a tweet to try to get more people to hop in while the trades are breaking through. All right, let's see what else we got going on. So that second and fifth for Greenway is not awful value, but I feel like a lot of that just comes from like, oh, he's a tough guy, give up more value because he has that tough guy thing next to him. Because we just looked at his smaller stats, he really doesn't do much else, and he hasn't even registered a fight this year. And his hitting was not like above and beyond anything crazy. Like 7.92, that wouldn't even be up there with the Rangers. What did she get traded for? Oh.
My favorite trade was Wardy's tweet. Adam Ottavino with a nice 1-2-3 inning. It's my favorite trade.
See, 7.92, just for my own genuine curiosity. Oopsies, I have number lock on. So Greenway was a Ranger at 7.95 hits per 60. I guess he'd be third on the Rangers. Wow, Lafreniere's hits per 60 are like really high. Okay, cool. I'm gonna miss my phone buzzing in my pocket every 10 seconds after the trade deadline ends when I have to turn off all the notifications. Felt so popular for a minute, like, oh wow, I'm getting texts. People want to reach out. Nope. It's just what's his name? It's just Drager coming out or Friedman coming out with a new tweet. Sammy Blay, Go Chang. Yeah. Actually, he'd be number 1 on the Rangers right now. Oh, I would set for forwards, that's why.
Curtis Lazar had his number announced. Big news.
The news of the day. Remember when Curtis Lazar was like one of the top prospects in the league for like a minute?
Oh yeah, Curtis Lazar.
The laser. The highlight of his career was eating a hamburger that was thrown off the ice.
Oh yeah, man.
Remember that one? Oh, there he is. Old burger boy. Highlight of his career. I might not be following enough insiders, man. Holy.
I never understood the whole Hamburglar reference, but then I realized that's the English name for the McDonald's character, right?
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
That's stupid. The Rangers were one of the big knockdowns of Hammond. I remember they were the ones they put up like a 7 or 8 piece against them, right? And that's what kind of slowed them down.
Sorry, can you repeat that?
Weren't the Rangers like one of were not the team, but one of the teams that really shut down the Hamburger? Like we put up like a 7 piece against him in the middle of his run.
I think so, yeah.
Buffalo used a 2nd round pick from Vegas they got for Eichel and a 5th to get Greenway. Okay, so look, Jack Eichel paying off. Eichel for Greenway. Sign me up. Still not really much going on. Just got real quiet. It gets like so hot for a second, then it gets so quiet.
Yeah. Winnipeg's, yeah. Just, we saw this. They're out on JVR after acquiring Nemestikov, which is weird. They should be going all in.
Like you would think, right? But that's what's so surprising. The West is literally wide open. If you're a Western Conference team in a playoff spot and you have money, why are you not going balls to the wall right now?
Yeah, I don't understand it at all. What'd you guys think of Stephen A. Smith with his video about the Rangers?
What a clown! And
Yeah.
and whoever that whoever that woman in that studio is a fucking idiot too.
Yeah.
It's just so dumb. The lady goes, "Oh no, they don't count." It's a major sport and you cover it. It counts. I hate to break it to you. If you want to, if you didn't want it to count, there was a much nicer way and easier way to say it didn't count. Like you're like, oh well, what about the other major sports?
Yeah.
You don't have to say it doesn't count. Like, come on.
If we're going to have an argument about what is considered a sport and what isn't, throwing a ball through a hoop while wearing shorts, is less of a sport than hockey.
Yes. Why?
And also, basketball died the day Michael Jordan retired.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what I was referring to mostly yesterday when we were doing ice cold takes. When I was talking about how ESPN that deal was wasted, I was mainly referring to that clip because I saw it before we did that.
No.
It's just so like honestly, I think TNT has done more with the NHL than ESPN has. Like, dude, let's be honest. If you want a nationally televised game and you want your fans to be entertained, if you're the NHL right now, who are you putting on the broadcast? The ESPN broadcast or the TNT broadcast?
Yeah, but TNT has Paul Bissonnette, who.
Yeah, Biss.
Come on.
It pisses me off seeing him sit at the same table as Henrik Lundqvist.
Yeah, Paul Bissonnette is the equivalent of a 6-year-old at a party asking other people to pull his finger.
That's actually pretty funny.
He's the equivalent of a kid, like sticking his finger up his own ass and then smelling it.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
He caters to the dumbest portion of the hockey fans. He adds nothing. At least someone mentioned this yesterday. Like Kevin Bieksa was also kind of a shit player, but when he's in the studio, at least he has something to say.
Right. I think it's awesome when they have Lundqvist and Gretz on.
You know what?
I think that's
you know
awesome.
what they should do? They should 100% put Bissonnette in the same studio as Stephen A. Smith.
Could you imagine?
Oh my god.
That would be crazy.
We have a former Ranger on the move, by the way.
Who do you got?
Dryden Hunt on the move, and he's going to Calgary.
Oh boy! Hey, there's Calgary's big move. They're using that cap space, baby.
I think that ties him with Mark Arcobello for most teams in a single season.
No way.
That's his 4th team this season.
That's
insane. Funny.
The guy's a suitcase. You know, we had Grace convinced that Dryden Hunt's first name was Mike, and she would walk around and tell everyone her favorite player was Mike Hunt.
Really?
Oh my god.
We were out to dinner one night with another couple, and it's a dude I play hockey with, and she was saying like, "Are the Rangers playing tonight? I want to see Mike Hunt."
Actually, when I was in Seattle in January, a buddy of mine took us to this pub for a quiz night, and we had to make up our team name. So our team name was Anita.
Oh no.
And Anita Cock and Mike Hunt. I need a cock in my cunt.
Oh my god. Jeez.
So after every round, when he was reading the scores, he'd go, I need a cock in my cunt, 37 points.
Oh my god, man. That's amazing. Honestly, I never even thought Dryden Hunt was that bad as a Ranger, but for what he made, he wasn't awful. What bothered me the most is that we got rid of him before we got rid of Ryan Reeves.
Yeah. Listen,
They're literally the same player.
mediocre players get claimed off waivers, bad players clear waivers.
Yes. Yes. 100%. I mean, Hunt.
So-
he was it wasn't his fault. He was in the lineup.
By the
He
way,
wasn't an awful player.
If my memory, serves, if I'm remembering this right, this is the first trade all season by the Calgary Flames.
Yeah, I think you're right. That's
Looks like they finally fixed their problem on the wing.
Yeah. Hey, that top line of Kadri, Huberdeau, and Dryden Hunt. Get out their way. The West is on notice. Absolutely wild.
I'm kind of disappointed that the Florida Panthers didn't trade for Dryden Hunt, because their Twitter hashtag is #TimeToHunt.
Didn't he come from Florida? Like, right? They didn't qualify him.
I think he played for the Florida Panthers before.
Pick to Detroit for the Wild for Sundqvist. I cannot figure out what the hell Steve Yzerman is doing there. Is he selling or is he buying? Like, pick a lane. Like, here, I'll trade you this rental and this young defenseman in trading Hronek and trading Sundqvist, but I'm also going to trade for a rental in JVR. I don't understand what the hell they're doing over there. It's like that TikTok meme, never let them know your next move.
I guess Yzerman didn't want to feel left out.
I guess not. He wanted to get in on the party. I like that Dylan Larkin extension. That's good value for the team and pretty good value for him too. He makes more than Bo Horvat and he makes less than $9 million. So for the team that's good, and for him it's not great, but it's better than the alternative. See, I always thought Dylan Larkin would have been a target for the Rangers if they didn't make any other moves, but oh my god, not Mike Larkin, Dylan Larkin.
At least it's not Justin Huberdeau.
Ain't that the damn truth?
10.5 million for 8 years, and the guy turns 30 in June.
Absolutely wild. Alright, let's see.
Like I said, they're the retirement home of the NHL.
Seriously. Right now, 130%. Yeah, dude, wow, his takeaways per 60 are really high. Damn. I like Dylan Larkin, dude. I do. I'm surprised they held on to him because the way it was going between him and Steve Yzerman on the contract extension, I really thought that he was going to be outie. And everyone made it seem like the Maple Leafs were going to do something else today, and I guess they're just not. Because didn't they make room for themselves by trading Pierre Engvall to make another move?
Yeah, they might be making another move. I don't think they have a choice. I mean, look at Boston, look at Tampa.
You have to.
If you don't make a move now and you lose, you're gonna regret it.
100%.
So at least try and make another move, I guess.
And they got that first round pick from the Sandin trade from was it
Capitals.
Washington? Yeah.
That was another confusing trade.
It's very weird. Like the Capitals again just can't pick what they're doing. Now Sandin's a good young defenseman. I could see the affinity towards him, and maybe they really, because that was the first round pick they got from Boston, right?
Yes.
So maybe they really think like, hey, listen, do I want the 32nd overall pick or do I want a young guy that could potentially help me win in the future? So
I'll take Sandin over Gustafsson. Like looking ahead towards the future.
Yes. Oh, Chase Prisky. My mom was that guy's realtor when he was in Charlotte. Good old Chase Prisky.
There was a lot of just random trades though.
But that's
the
like a minor
Dadonov
league
trade
deal.
threw me off too.
Dadonov went to Dallas, right?
Yeah.
Like that's their big move.
For Guryanov. That was a weird one.
I don't understand. I never understood the hype behind Dadonov this season and why Montreal fans thought they'd get a first round pick for him. But then again, Montreal fans think they'll get a first round pick for everybody and anybody. Like
Fans always overvalue players. I mean, we saw it with Eichel. We saw it just now with Patrick Kane.
Oh my god. Well, dude, I'll tell you what kills me the most too about particularly hockey fans is the players on their team suck. They're the worst players in the world until they're brought up in trade rumors, and then they're the greatest players in the world.
Yeah.
And then their value is sky high. Dude, that's why whenever I think, oh, what are they going to get in a trade? I don't make up trade offers in my head or go to the Twitter GMs. I literally just look at, okay, what have players in similar situations in the past gotten as a return? Oh, wow, it's weird how that works out. It's almost like GMs are creatures of habit. When I said that Patrick Kane was going to get less of a return than Carolina Hurricanes got for Eric Staal, I was called an idiot on stream or on a video. Or like, we're not talking about Eric Staal, we're talking about Patrick freaking Kane.
I got laughed at when I said that Vitaly Kravtsov would be a Blackhawk by the deadline back a couple months ago. I got called an idiot and laughed at by Blackhawks fans.
Yeah. Meanwhile, they got pretty much less than that. I don't know. Whatever.
Yeah.
Everyone wants to overvalue their guys. The Eichel trade offers that were made by Buffalo fans were absolutely comical. Like, yeah, we'll do it. Give me Laffy, Kakko, Lundqvist, and 2 firsts, and then we'll trade him there. Meanwhile, you got Peyton Krebs, who was at the time a B-level prospect. Alex Tuck, who was a solid top 6 forward. Obviously, he's better now. A first-round pick and, what was it, a bottom pick? Like a mid-round pick or something like that. So, like, what did you really get? Zahorna for Dryden Hunt. Okay. What a move. Plan the parade. Unreal. Come on, do something, Vancouver. I'm not even a Canucks fan, but do something. Make it interesting for yourselves. Every time my phone goes off, I'm expecting to see a trade.
Yeah, all I'm seeing is just AHL trades. It's like, come on.
I want to go back to what you said like an hour ago. I do wonder if the Wolfpack try to make another move. They got Adam Clendenning for nothing.
Yeah.
Like, why not continue to try to make moves like that? Okay, I'm officially gonna start muting the insiders because they're just posting their coverage stuff at this point.
Yeah, we don't care about Tyson Barrie. He was traded already.
Like seriously, like tell me something new, Sarah Valley.
Did you see Tyson Barrie meeting the team?
That was so uncomfortable.
that
was so
awkward.
Bad.
What was it? Was it
Nick,
bad?
if you could pull up that video and just play it.
Is it on Twitter?
I think Nashville posted on their Twitter.
Yeah, Tyson Barrie.
That was so uncomfortable. That was a tough watch.
Just go to the
Predators
Nashville
page.
Predators.
Yeah, I think it's on their Twitter account. I don't know why they even posted it. It wouldn't shock me if they deleted it.
This one?
Oh, there it is.
We go. There it is. Yep.
Meeting the boys. Meeting the boys.
What the hell?
Look. The guy on the right, I cannot recognize who it is, but the guy on the right,
he like looked him off. What the hell is that?
He's like sticking out his hand like this, and then...
Yeah, it looked like they were gonna go for the handshake, and then they just,
That was weird, dude. Well, dude, because in Barry's mind, he's like, oh god.
JVR to Detroit.
No way. What, dude? Dude, hey, Stevie Y's got us on our toes. If that's what he is going for, he nailed it.
Wow. That's a ridiculous one. Just so weird.
I wonder what for though.
Yeah, that's a fair question.
Although imagine they simply acquired him so they would eat half his salary and then they could eat his salary in half again and then flip him again for more assets. That would be 5-head play. Here's yeah. So look, more AHL trades. Do I have everyone officially off notification squad? Let's see.
At least we got a trade of significance here.
Something.
I'm very interested to see what they gave up.
You got to think if it's coming from Detroit, it's probably going to be almost identical to the Jordan Greenway return, a second and a mid rounder.
Yeah, that's a fair guess. Maybe a conditional second.
Yeah. Let's see. I don't know how many times. I can't refresh any faster. I'm like spamming it. Why is Pajot trending on Twitter? This is harmful or spammy. What's trending on Twitter? Justin Hull. Yeah, that's a Leafs fans. This is all Leafs.
Yeah, they're trying to get him traded.
Yeah.
Another deadline of Leaf fans trying to trade Justin Hall.
Like, seriously. Let's see, cheap shot on Kaylor Yamamoto. Where? Oh, damn. Damn, that was a hard hit.
So JVR to Detroit, huh?
I guess that's the move. This is why Justin Hull's trending. Let's see. Yeah, that was a bit of a high hit. I'm sure he'll get a hearing for it. Yes.
I definitely didn't have JVR to the wings on my bingo card, that's
No.
for sure.
I don't think anybody did. That's such a weird trade.
Honestly, 23 points in 41 games doesn't sound as bad as I thought it would be.
Like, why are you even reporting this, Pagnota?
Is his Twitter handle the fourth period because he's always late with news?
How about the fact that Cap Friendly, you're right, like literally Cap Friendly had it before they did.
No, but
Didn't
it's
he
like
also just completely botch the Orlov trade return?
Yes.
But it's like 22 minutes after 8, someone reports a trade, and then 24 minutes after 8, here comes David
Yep.
Pagnotta.
He's here, everybody.
I'm hearing Patrick Kane
Yeah,
to
like
the
I'll
Rangers.
start with I'm hearing.
Yeah. Oh my god.
You know what? Good for him. Like, if you click on his name, I think he has like 30,000 followers. Oh, Jesus.
Holy
Almost 100,000.
shoot. Jesus
Oh, good.
Christ.
Good for him. Good for him.
Damn, man, God bless him. He's doing more than I am. Hey, I'm almost there. I think I'm at like 500. No, I don't think I'm at 500.
Yes, Vogie, RBI sack fly. Way to be.
Are you guys watching Clone Wars and the Bad Batch and stuff like that?
I have not kept up with it. I've been awful
No.
with Star Wars lately.
Anyway, there's a clone trooper called Echo. I would love for Pagnotta to just change his profile picture to that guy.
To Echo.
Echo.
Dude, how about the other day where Elliot Friedman was tweeting, hearing something to somebody to somewhere. Meanwhile, the team tweeted out the trade before he tweeted.
Yeah,
hearing.
and then he just
Yeah.
was quote tweeted and said, I guess that's why I was hearing it.
Yeah, like it's so bad. Like I don't watch basketball. I know almost nothing about basketball. But this Andrew or Adam Wojciechowski.
Yeah, Woj is always on
yeah,
time.
like he knows trades before teams know they made trades. And yet the NHL insiders are reporting trades after the team's Twitter handle posted the damn trade. And we have hundreds of insiders. They have like one guy. And the dude just cooks for hours.
Yeah, Woj is a hero.
He's like the MVP of the league. Deal isn't done. The process of moving. Oh, so there you go. So the Wings are going to make another move. They're moving another player. Okay. All right, Drager. Thanks for the update. Ow. I mean, give me something here. That's another thing, too. It takes forever to figure out the returns on these players. Like, how did that Timo Meyer return take so long to report? I thought we waited
Apparently
a whole hour.
that was because they had to swap a player, but still, we should have known.
Yeah. Also, free ad. If you guys have never had these before, these are freaking amazing. The pirouettes, or whatever they're called. Like these like chocolate. There's like these like wafer straws, like stuffed with chocolate, and they're freaking delicious.
Yeah, now Frank Cervelli saying no trade in place at the exact moment in time for JVR. It's like, what?
Then why report that a trade with? Oh my god, killing me.
We might get a record this year of the least amount of trades at a deadline.
Yeah, on like the actual deadline day.
Or at the very least, the least amount of interesting trades.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like Scott Reedy for Jacob Peterson. Yeah.
Blockbuster.
Mm-hmm. I've been hearing his name for months.
Austin Strand to the Buffalo Sabres for Chase Prisky.
There you go. That's
If that doesn't get your blood flowing, I don't know what will.
If you're not bricked up for that trade, you're not a hockey fan.
I know. LA Kings acquire Nathan Schnarr for Frederick Allard. Whatever,
There you
man.
go. You were just talking about Schnarr Wars.
Maxime Golot to the Chicago Blackhawks for Dylan Sikora. Ooh. That gets me excited.
Telling you, plan the parade. Yes,
Yeah.
Brad extension. So yes, Brad's a pending RFA.
Mm-hmm.
So they have Brad and Timo Meyer, who both have pretty sizable qualifying offers. I wonder if one or both of them leave. Because, dude, the fact that Timo Meyer was acquired without an extension, where that was like a big point for him was having an extension somewhere, and he didn't have one right off the rip. Is that not like a little bit worrying for Devils fans?
I don't know.
I think they get it done. I mean, they have like 30 million in cap space this offseason.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
I wonder how much they'll overpay in order to keep him. I love Timo Meyer. I think he's a great player, but
I think it's a double-digit number.
mm-hmm.
Yeah, that Andre Palat contract, man, that's gonna bite them in the ass.
Yeah.
If it hasn't already.
And you know what? Full no move clause for 2 more years too.
Oof.
Man, that's another thing. I mean, they give out no movement clause like handy in the NHL today.
Yeah, he's making $6 million a year until he's 36.
Someone brought up an interesting point. Would it be interesting if the NHL decided to make it that teams could only hand out 3 no movement / no trade clauses?
That would be pretty interesting. But I mean, these guys, like, it's weird. Like, I feel like more so with the NHL than any other sport do players want this type of protection. And maybe I'm wrong.
I think a no move clause should only be eligible for a homegrown player.
Mm-hmm. Right, if you were drafted
That's
by
fair.
a team or like you started your career with that team.
No, only drafted. Like, I don't care about undrafted free agents. I don't count it. Zuccarello is not a homegrown player,
Right.
in my opinion. Like, Dan Girardi is not a homegrown player. Panarin is not a homegrown player for the Chicago Blackhawks.
Mm-hmm.
If you drafted a player and he came through your system, that guy, those are the only guys that should be eligible for a no move clause, in my opinion.
Darren Dreger, oh boy, things changing fast on JVR. I wonder what that's all about.
It's like, why do they even bother reporting that he's going to Detroit?
Nick, can you tweet out that you're hearing that JVR is going to Detroit?
Yeah, hearing that JVR is being traded, but like every NHL insider ever, I couldn't possibly tell you where. Period. Stay tuned. Period. Wow, look at my spelling. This is a college student.
I know. I just leave it in there.
Yeah.
It makes it even better with the misspellings.
Yeah.
Stay tuned. What are some other like stupid?
You'd be no
insider
different
quirks?
than John Heyman if you misspelled things.
Yeah.
The
Oh
sauce
no
bus.
no. You know what you should do?
Uh,
You should make up your own abbreviations for teams like
yeah,
Friedman does.
like like instead of DET for Detroit, like DRW or WNG for when like
Yeah.
some stupid.
He uses VCR for the Vancouver Canucks.
Yes, yes. Oh my God. Well, that's a shift. Just shut up. Just stop. Like you all have shitty sources. I don't know what to tell you. Like unless something legitimately changed, then this makes no sense.
Wow, I got this report here from this guy Cjeths saying hearing that JVR is being traded, but like every NHL insider, I couldn't possibly tell you where. Stay tuned.
I do like that David Pagnotta tweeted 16 seconds ago that there's a lot of interest in Radko Gudas.
We reported that before he did.
We talked about that 3 hours ago. Thanks, David.
Nice. Hey, glad you made it to the party, old Davey.
Thanks, David.
Wouldn't know what to do without you.
Oh, that actually reminds me of a stupid response I got on one of my tweets like a year or two ago.
Mm-hmm.
I tweeted a screenshot of a tweet, and someone said this tweet is fake because the date has not happened yet. Because it was a tweet that I screenshotted right after midnight.
Oh my God.
And I was like, whatever, dude. Some people make it too easy to ridicule them.
Dude, no, you can't fix stupid.
It reminds me of this meme where this girl was tweeting, if China is 11 hours ahead of us, why didn't they warn us about 9/11?
Like that they're literally in the future.
Yeah.
There's another one. This is like another insider, like a quip that like they always let's see how
Let's
it plays
see how
out.
it plays out.
Oh
Yes.
my God!
Yes.
Like get a new line.
We should for what we should do next year. We should do a bingo card.
Yes.
Yes.
We'll put hearing. Stay tuned. Let's see how it plays out. Wow.
We should do a bingo card of cliches that you see every deadline day.
Here, you ready?
Kicking the tires.
Yes. Here, ready? Look, boom. Every insider ever. Wow.
Wow.
Insert any quoted tweet ever. Wow.
Oh no, the googly eyes.
Yes. Dude, I can't.
Hold on. I'm gonna do it.
Yeah.
Look at what I just tagged you on Twitter, Nick.
Okay.
I thought that was a good tweet.
I tweeted it.
James Farlow's Correa. Oh my God, dude. I can't.
James Farlow's Correa.
I tweeted the eyes.
Dude, you're gonna get like 100. Oh my God! Here. Ready. Ready? Watch. Something big is brewing here.
I got you with a reply too.
I'm not even on the toilet for this one.
Oh my God, dude! I love it.
I replied saying, "What do you know, Steven?"
Dude, you got hold on. You got like put all like the gifs in there too. Like what? Or no, hold on.
Oh
Ready?
my God, it's happening. The office one.
Yeah. That's dude. 100%. I'm 100. That's what I'm about to put. I'm gonna lose like 100,000 followers that I don't even have. Here, ready? Here goes. Oh my God. This is so stupid, dude. Like, dude, like nothing pissed me off more than freaking Adam Herman posted this GIF with zero context after Avery Zaretsky posted GIF of Patrick Kane. Like Zaretsky, I actually do believe that he saw something coming because he called the Tarasenko trade and he called the when the Kane trade would happen, and then just Adam Herman jumps in the bandwagon, posts this with no context, and never makes note of it ever again.
Yeah.
No, that guy bothers the life out of me.
All the replies to your tweets, Steven, are already coming in.
Are they really? I gotta take a look. Oh my God, I love it. Oh, I feel so.
Oh fuck, Tyler's DMing me.
Is he really? Oh no.
Oh no. That's great.
Oh my god, man. That's so messed up, but that is so freaking funny. Oh my god. You're gonna have to follow that up with like a total de-escalation tweet, because
Oh no, listen. I'm gonna follow it up with something really cool. I just went on auction for Zach Jones's All-Star Game locker room nameplate.
Oh my god, I love it. Oh my god, I love it. Oh, that's messed up. We're playing with emotions, but that is really funny. Dude, like, but that's like every insider ever. You like give like a little tidbit with no context and you just leave it out there. And in turn, you get hundreds of thousands of followers.
I love the replies. We're getting McDavid. Othman. Steven, what are you hiding? Steven is lingering coming back.
Oh my god. Hey, if they were on the stream, they would know what was happening. So there you go. That's my response. Oh my god, man. Absolutely wild. God, this is so stupid, man. No, good. We got the John Wick tweets, guys. Don't worry, we're almost there. On a total off note, by the way, I don't know if you guys are John Wick or movie fans in general. I am hyped for this freaking movie.
I told Tyler, I said, listen, I'm just having fun with Nick and Core Python. And he's like, fucker, I knew it.
Oh, dude, look at
The Zach Jones nameplate. Tyler just tweeted out the eyes too.
Oh my god, I love it. Dude, I love this. Oh my god, I love this shit so much. Oh
See, and now, look, if people will now just think that, oh, it was just a mistake. I forgot to include the image.
Right. Oh my god, man. Freaking, oh god, I hate it here, but I'm having so much fun.
I don't want to
Calgary, yes.
I don't want to do this too often because I don't want to be accused of faking rumors. But all I did was just tweet googly eyes because I got a nameplate for my collection.
That's all. That's all.
That's all I
Big
did.
deal.
So Troy Stature, huh? They'll trade like 3 first-round picks.
Oh, there we go. Is made up abbreviations: CAL for Calgary, and ARIZ for Arizona.
No, he didn't get traded to Calgary. He literally got traded to a guy named Cal.
Oh. See,
Cal
so
Clutterbuck's on
in the NHL, CAL is the official abbreviation for the California Seals.
There you go. The Steelers are back, and their first acquisition is Troy Stature. This is wild. 4 minutes. I mean, make a move now. Vancouver, wake up. So stupid, man. So stupid, but that is so freaking funny. Dude, they kill me, man. I'm really, like, I was hoping and I was banking and I was thinking, look at that, three of them right there, that there really was going to be a big trade today, but barring something drastic changing in the final minutes, doesn't look like anything's happening. Let's see.
I'm just waiting for Zach Jones to get traded now that I got his nameplate from the AHL game.
I love that. Overreact. I might screenshot.
Oh,
that.
yeah.
I might screenshot that one. That's funny as hell.
Yeah, I need that one in the drafts.
That's amazing.
I always thought that Ricky's Twitter handle was just weird, but I figured out that it's just his last name backwards.
Is that the guitar guy from the commercials?
Yes, that's him.
That's hilarious.
He was the fan ambassador, and then COVID hit.
Ah, okay. Dude, what's that commercial the Rangers have been playing? Not the guitar one. The Dancing Larry commercial, bro. That is wild. I can't believe they ever would promote that man outside of MSG.
I mean, he's literally been doing his whole dance in the third period for what, 20 years now?
Mm-hmm.
I'm surprised they haven't done it sooner.
It's amazing. I like Dan Slayer. I think he's actually really funny, but I know people have a lot to say about him that maybe he's well, I'm not gonna say none. I'm not gonna be a rumor boy, but there are some people that dislike him for certain reasons. I've never experienced him or been aware of him, so I'm not gonna go around and say I dislike him. Actually, I think he's pretty damn funny, and the dude stays in character the whole night. The first Ranger game I ever went to, I was like 8 or 9 years old. We were going to the bathroom, and out comes Dancing Larry, and the dude walks out, and he's doing this as he walks out, like just like a psychopath. All right, come on. You got a minute to win it. Somebody do something. Imagine JVR just doesn't get traded.
All right, we got a Calgary. Got Trident Hunt.
Boom. Plan the parade. Plan the freaking parade. Coming down on seconds now. Just gotta wait.
The co-host of my podcast, Nico, he just tweeted out a gif of Eric Carlson.
Oh my god.
What do you know, Nico?
Oh, Nick, did you follow that whole drama with the imposter account yesterday?
Dude, first of all, what an idiot. Like, what an idiotic thing to do, number one, to impersonate someone's personality, but two, like, he didn't even get your profile right.
Nope. He forgot the flags and the Twitter handle.
Yeah, like, idiot, dude. And what just a douchey thing to do. Like,
I know.
Oh, God. Steal from
Ryan Mead had was dealing with the same issue with a different account. It's just frustrating, man. But I guess that means
you made it. Yeah.
I'm famous now.
All right, let's see. So yeah, what is it? The sincerest form of flattery is impersonation, or
Pencils down.
That's a new one. We gotta put that on the bingo card.
That goes on the bingo card for next year.
100%.
Pencils down.
Pencils down. Shut up. We're not taking a damn test. I'm on school. Actually, today's the last day of my spring break. R.I.P. Fun while it lasted. All right, let's go. Let's get the trades to start trickling through. If JVR wasn't traded, that's gonna be hilarious.
Wait,
JVR, Klingberg.
Oh, I forgot about Klingberg. Oh my God, man, that's wild.
At least Patrick Brown got traded.
Oh yeah, that's the big one.
Big news.
From Philly to Ottawa.
Carolina's done for the day. No trades according to Pierre LeBrun.
All right.
Klingberg to the Rangers for Nico Mikola.
Yeah.
Man, that whole Jonathan Quick trade reminds me of Mike Hoffman.
Yeah.
You know,
like 10 minutes in San Jose.
Well, you trade a player to the other conference because you don't want him in your own division.
Mm-hmm.
And then the team's like, yeah, fuck that shit. Turn around and trade him to a team in your division anyway. Rasmus Asplund to Nashville. Wow.
I wonder why even make that deal. I thought Nashville was selling, not buying. Unless Buffalo's making room to bring in a contract.
Oh my God, they're getting Eric Carlson.
Could you imagine? Oh, do you imagine? Oh my, that would actually be kind of sick though. Dahlin and Carlson.
Patrick Brown to the Senators. Okay.
If that guy got a 6th-round pick, how did Kravtsov not get a 6th-round pick? That's wild.
Because Kravtsov was a captain.
Nashville extending Dante Fabro.
The league knew it.
JVR is not traded. Chuck Fletcher does it again.
All this stuff.
Chuck Fletcher
look.
never disappoints.
David Pagnotta with breaking news. The Sens trade for
Wow.
Brown.
There he is. Always on time, Pagnotta, huh? Never late. Unreal. That is amazing. You know what though?
It's like it's like the equivalent of someone throwing a plate on the floor and then Pagnotta coming in, taking one of the shards and throwing it to break it.
Yes.
See, I broke that. Okay, sure, Dave.
Yeah. Dude, that I can't believe JVR did not get traded. What an embarrassment, dude. Oh my god.
Chuck Fletcher never disappoints.
Dude, the easiest job in the world as a GM might be to rebuild, which is literally just trading guys and getting anything for them, and he couldn't even do that. Wow. Unbelievable. Consummated.
That's a new one.
I don't like the use of that word consummate. When you hear consummate, like, oh, consummate them, like, you know, like in a different sense than the way he just used it there. It's like, come on.
I'm going to consummate something in 2 months.
like Elliot, come on. There's a whole encyclopedia out there. I'm sure there's plenty of other words that you could use.
This is like word of the day toilet paper. He was wiping his ass this morning. I'm gonna fit this word into one of my tweets today on deadline day.
Capital's done for the day.
So they didn't sell Sherry. Like, dude, like the Flyers in Detroit, like they didn't get married. They're not going to, you know, they're not going to do the deed. All right, relax. Don't say consummated. That's weird.
Yeah. So you mean to say that Chuck Fletcher did not fuck Steve Eisenman? Okay.
No, him and Stevie Y, they didn't get down. They didn't get dirty. The exits only remained exits only today.
Okay.
Let's go. Future considerations is on the move, guys.
No way.
Refresh Twitter from Frank Saravelli.
There you go. Austin Wagner. Wow.
Future considerations back on the move.
Unreal. Absolutely. Stars are working on trying to land a defenseman. Not sure where it stands. Working on trying to land a defenseman. Man, if only they had a defenseman last year that they let go to free agency. John Klingberg. Oh. That's wild. Dude, honestly, there might not even really be any real trades that trickle through. So instead of trading for JVR, the Red Wings just signed Alex Cjethsyt. Is that like their big move of the day? Wow.
Habs done for the day, according to CJ.
Let's see.
Fabro's extensions 1 year, 2.5 million.
1 year? Huh.
Wait, what? I think Buffalo got Fabro in the deal for Asplin.
No.
No way.
That's what I just saw. I'm double checking. But
There has to be something else going to Nashville then.
Yeah, because they did Asplin for Fabro. That's kind of wild.
There's no way.
I think this person just got it wrong because there's no way. Yeah, I see a 7th round pick from Merrick. Yeah, I think that person just got it wrong. There's no way.
By the way, did you guys hear that the Rangers only sold 17 Patrick Kane jerseys last night at the Garden?
No way.
You know why?
They only had 17?
They didn't have enough customization kits to customize number 88 on the jerseys anymore.
I saw a good amount at the Garden last night.
That's insane. But they only sold 7. Wow.
Yeah.
You got yours, right?
Yeah, I got mine customized.
Yeah, I heard they ran out of customization kits after 17.
That is wild.
The biggest free agent or the biggest trade deadline acquisition since Bure, or maybe even ever. I mean, Kane's probably a bigger acquisition than Bure.
Yes.
Yeah. And the Rangers are just not prepared for it. It's unbelievable. And as someone commented saying, yeah, but like production lines are all clogged up. Yeah, bullshit. They've known for a week that they're trading for Kane, man.
Like, seriously, you didn't have him ready? Absolutely insane. So the Rangers play tomorrow at 1.
Yeah, this organization never disappoints because my expectations are just fucking low.
Exactly. If you have low expectations, you can't really be disappointed. Yeah, so there's that Fabro extension. Darren Drago only.
Yeah, it was inaccurate. I don't know why that account tweeted that Fabro was part of the deal. I was going to say that made no sense. No. It was NHL trade alerts, which
Yeah.
isn't actually an insider at
Right.
all. So that's why I knew something was wrong.
I am surprised that Nashville was pretty quiet because I thought they could have made a little bit of noise.
No Besser or Miller move.
That's wild. I can't believe that.
That's ridiculous. I don't know what Vancouver's doing.
Well, they can still move them in the summer, right?
True.
Yeah, I guess so, but like, why? I don't know. Whatever. I feel like values tend to be so inflated at the trade deadline. Why not move them at the damn deadline? Well, their value's inflated. Whereas in the summer, you tend to get deals that favor the buyer more.
All right. So who's the big winner of the deadline then?
I'd say Toronto's up there.
Yeah, if we're doing as a whole, in
It
terms
has to
of
be the Rangers, right? Mikola, Tarasenko, Kane, and Mott.
the Rangers did really. I couldn't give you a definitive winner, but I would say it's between the Rangers, Toronto, and Boston.
Yeah,
That Hathaway
those are
Orlov-
definitely the
Yeah.
three.
I don't really think Boston had a good deadline. They just had a good team, and they. Although, yeah, the Orlov and Hathaway, yeah, Orlov, Hathaway, and then
Bertuzzi.
Bertuzzi.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, okay.
Like that one move was just, it was perfect for them. And I hate that it was perfect.
Yeah,
Toronto had
so-
a really good deadline.
The Bruins made 3 trades. They acquired Hathaway and Orlov.
Right.
Oh, they had like a minor league trade, Kincaid for Bowers, doesn't count. So they got Bertuzzi, Hathaway, and Orlov.
Bertuzzi was the other guy. Yeah. Boston
I
had
still-
a really good deadline.
I still think the Rangers had a better deadline
Yes.
because they added better players.
In terms of buying efficiency too. We
Yeah.
got Kane, Tarasenko,
Hmm
Mott, and Mikola, and we gave
Alright.
up essentially a first and a second.
Looking at the Leafs, they added O'Reilly, Achari, McCabe, Lafferty, Shen, and Gustafsson.
And they probably gave up more for those than we gave up for our 4.
They gave up a first round pick. Sorry, 2 first round picks, 2 second round picks,
There you go.
a third round pick. They traded away Pierre Engvall. They gave up Rasmus Sandin. Although they got a first round pick in the Sandin trade. So honestly, O'Reilly is their big acquisition.
Mm-hmm.
And I like McCabe and Lafferty, but I still take the Rangers deadline over the Leafs.
Yes, I agree. I could agree with that.
And then Tampa made 2 trades. They traded Nemesnikov for Asimond, and then the Jeannot trade, which was fucking overpay.
Dude, it's
I was gonna say the best seller of the deadline has to be Nashville.
yes.
Nashville did the best job at selling.
Here we go. Let's look at Nashville's trades then. What did Nashville acquire? They acquired a second rounder for Niederreiter,
Great trade.
a first, a second, a third, a fourth, a fifth, and Cal Foot for Jeannot.
Money.
A first, a fourth, Reed Schaefer and Tyson Berry for Ekholm, and then a
Money
second,
trade.
and then a second for Granlund.
That's a great deadline. So what?
Yeah.
That's two first and 3 seconds.
In 2023, they have 2 firsts, 2 seconds, 3 thirds, and 3 fourths.
That's a great deadline.
They have 3 seconds next year.
Yeah, I think Nashville as a seller definitely had the best deadline then.
100%.
Any other team you want me to
Oh,
look at?
John Klingberg to Minnesota.
Wow.
There you go.
Coming in last minute.
So, but there's Minnesota again, buying and selling and buying. I wonder if they flipped the
don't-
second round pick they got for Greenway for Klingberg.
They had to have.
So the Minnesota Wild acquired Marcus Johansson, Gustav Nyquist, and John Klingberg.
We got to see what the return is. Hold on. So the Flames got Nick Ritchie too on top of Troy Stetcher. So they just
Yeah.
got bigger and slower. That was their problem, is they were too damn slow. You know, whatever. Why am I arguing for the Calgary Flames? I'm not a Flames fan. Wow. Wait. Hold on. So the brothers got traded for each other. Nick Ritchie for Brett Ritchie.
Wow. Okay.
That's hilarious. Wait,
Let's see.
and Arizona didn't even get a pick for it. Connor Mackey and Brett Ritchie for Troy Stetcher and Nick Ritchie.
Okay, let's look at Carolina, right?
Yeah.
They made 2 trades. They got Puljujärvi and Gostisbehere for Pristola and a third.
That's not bad.
Not
That's-
bad,
that's-
but I don't like that deadline for them at all.
That's-
They needed to get a big time
Yeah.
name.
Mhm.
It's
badly.
decent. It's decent, but it's depth pieces.
Right.
And then the Devils made 2 trades. Curtis Lazar for a fourth. And then, of course, the Timo Meyer trade, where they also got Scott Harrington.
Who they waived and lost.
Yeah. And they got a 5th-round pick from Colorado in the trade. They gave up a first, a conditional second, a 7th, Fabian Zetterlund, Shakir Mukhamadullin, who sucks, Nikita Okotiuk, who is probably not going to play in the NHL, and Andreas Johnson, who was a cap dump. So, again, the first and the conditional second are the prize possessions that they gave up. Zetterlund is
Exactly.
decent, but not great. Adding Timo Meyer is a good move for them.
It's a great move.
But I still take Tarasenko and Kane over Timo Meyer.
100%. And going back to that Carolina move too, what confuses me about Puljujärvi and Gostisbehere is they play a style that is opposite of the way Rod Brind'Amour coaches. He coaches forecheck, play hard, like this running gun physical style, and Gostisbehere like slows the game down, makes good breakout passes, and can join the rush every now and again. And Puljujärvi, well, I don't know.
I stand by what I said. I'd rather play Carolina in round 1 than New Jersey. I stand by that.
I'm beginning to see it, man.
And then the Penguins acquired Bonino and Granlund for a 2nd, a 5th, and a 7th.
That's not bad. I mean, that's not bad penny buying, especially because Granlund could end up being a pretty good piece for Pittsburgh.
But they gave up Bluegers in a cap dump trade to Vegas.
Did they bribe them for that, or did they actually get paid for them?
They got an AHL guy and a 3rd-round pick.
Okay.
But it's a cap dump. It's 2.2 million off the books for them.
I'm really curious to see what that Klingberg return is. Honestly, my guess is it's just going to be Vegas' second.
Let's see what else. Let's have a look at the Oilers, shall we?
Yes, because they had a couple.
So they traded away Puljujärvi.
Okay.
They gave up Tyson Berry, a 1st, a 4th, and prospect Reed Schaefer for Ekholm. And then they traded a 3rd-round pick for Nick Bjugstad.
And I am not a Bjugstad fan.
So they replaced Tyson Berry and Puljujärvi with Ekholm and Bjugstad. They're better on defense, and they're more solid defensively in their bottom 6. So it's probably the moves that they had to make. The Ekholm trade I really like for them. The Bjugstad trade may not seem like a sexy one, but that's going to solidify their bottom 6. Bjugstad is a really good player.
At the very least, it pushes somebody else out of a spot.
Yeah. Then there's the Dallas Stars, who are one of the top teams in the West, but they added Domi, and they swapped Gurianov for Dadonov.
It's an okay little deadline for them. Like,
it's not awful.
Colorado made 3 trades.
Really?
Actually 2, because one of them was a minor league trade.
Okay.
So they got Lars Eller for a 2nd and Jack Johnson for Andreas Englund. So they bring Jack Johnson back for the defense and Lars Eller for their.
Eller is going to be a good pickup for them.
Yeah, that's a really good pickup.
I like the Eller move.
Kadri Light. I'm gonna start using that light term. I like that.
The Capitals. Let's see, what did the Capitals do? Yeah, so they traded away Hathaway and Orlov, and they got a 1st-round pick, a 2nd-round pick, a 3rd-round pick, and Craig Smith. That's a decent return for them.
But then they used the first.
Yeah, they traded it for Sundin. They got a 3rd-round pick for Johansson, and then that 2nd-round pick from Colorado for Lars Eller. So their net gain is Craig Smith, 2 seconds and 2 thirds.
Which is not bad, all things considered.
Yeah.
If you're looking at pure draft capital, I am surprised they didn't try to flip Craig Smith. He's a pending UFA, right?
I think so, yeah.
I'm surprised they
Yeah,
didn't.
that's odd.
And then the Red Wings, They're all over. They're all over the fucking place.
Not
I
JVR.
don't know.
Yeah.
They trade Roenick for a first round pick and a second. They trade Bertuzzi to Boston for a first and a fourth. Then they trade Vrana away to St. Louis, and then Sundqvist to the Minnesota Wild. They're sellers. They sold everything.
Yeah.
Honestly, the JVR trade falling through is probably going to save their ass.
I was gonna say because they would end up giving up an asset for a rental for a team that like listen, they might make the playoffs fine, but I mean, dude, they would be up against.
Look, it's hard to justify being buyers where you're not even in a wild card spot on deadline day. You know.
Now, granted, if the East was wide open and it wasn't a gauntlet like it's about to be, and you're like 2 or 3 points out, fine. But they're 5 points out, and the East has gotten nothing but better since then.
The only trade that Buffalo made that's worth mentioning is the Greenway trade for a second and a fifth.
Dang, no offer Rasmus Asplund.
But dude, Buffalo Buffalo is probably more likely to make the playoffs than the Islanders.
Agreed.
They're 4 points behind the Islanders, but they have 4 games at hand. As a matter of fact, their point percentage is higher than the Islanders, despite having 4 less points. That's kind of wild.
Yeah, I agree that they have a solid chance. I think Ottawa had themselves a nice little deadline too, getting Chychrun for
this was
price.
definitely a buyer's market. You know, the returns for the top players, they were underwhelming. Look, Kane for a second and a fourth. Tarasenko returned a first, but it wasn't just Tarasenko. It was Tarasenko and Mikkola.
Yeah. Which would lead you to believe that Tarasenko is by himself was probably worth a second.
Probably, yeah. That's what I'd go with. Let's see, who else do we have here? The Florida Panthers. The Florida Panthers did nothing.
Yeah, they were asleep at the wheel. All that talk about Gudis, and it never happened.
Yeah. Who else is there? The Kraken. Did the Kraken? Yeah, the Kraken got Jacob Magna. That's it. You know what? I like that the Kraken are taking it slow. You know, they're not doing anything crazy.
They didn't really need to. Their team's kind of efficient enough.
And then the Winnipeg Jets, who are one of the top teams in the West, they give up a second rounder for Niederreiter and a fourth rounder for Nemesnikov.
Not bad.
That's probably the move that they should have made. You know, solidify your bottom 6. Your top 6 is already doing it for you.
Right.
Solidify your bottom 6 there.
I mean, and the thing about Winnipeg too is you could almost argue they're locked into a playoff spot. They're 5 points ahead of Calgary, and they have a game at hand on them as of today.
Yeah. Yeah, just waiting for that return on Klingberg now.
I wonder what.
Yeah, I want the return.
Any other teams that you're interested in?
What about Vegas? Did we go over Vegas yet?
Not yet. I really like how Cap Friendly is tracking all these trades, and you can filter by team.
Vegas and LA are 2 teams that I'm interested by.
Okay, so Vegas traded Shea Weber's LTIR contract to Arizona.
Okay.
That was just offloading. They got Dyson Mayo, who's in the AHL. They got Barbashev for Zach Dean, who's a decent prospect.
That was a great trade for St. Louis, by the way.
Yeah, I like that for St. Louis. I like that a lot. They got Teddy Blugers for a third-round pick and an AHL guy, and then they got Jonathan Quick for Michael Hutchinson and a 7th.
Yes. That's not a bad deadline. That's really not.
Yeah.
That Barbashev deal was expensive, but I mean that's a great player.
Yeah. I like the Barbashev deal from a Blues perspective though.
Man, the Blues must have made out good the deadline. So the Blues walk away with a first, a second, and a fourth.
Yeah. And then the Flyers, they made 2 trades. They traded Patrick Brown to the Senators for a 6th-round pick, and they traded McEwen to the Kings for Lemieux and a 5th.
That's wild. So they for a rebuilding team, they did absolutely nothing.
Any other teams you're interested in?
LA.
Okay. LA. Yeah, of course the Gavrikov and Korpisalo for Quick, a first and a third. That was a big trade. And then the McEwen trade that I just mentioned when we were over the Flyers. McEwen for Lemieux and a fifth.
Kind
And
of
then
quiet.
they
Yeah.
had two minor league trades. They gave up a third round pick for Eric Portillo, who's a goalie who plays in college. And then Nathan Schnarr for Frederick Allar, which nobody cares about.
Someone
Yeah,
was
kind of quiet for them.
someone tweeted this morning that they were taking calls on Alex Turcotte, but nothing ever materialized.
Yeah, They
Yeah.
probably don't want to sell low on him.
Yeah, that's one of those things where you've already held on to him for too long, so you kind of gotta bite the bullet and just pray at this point.
Yeah. All right, let's look at the Rangers then.
Let's see it. This is the most important one.
All right, so February 9th, of course, we started with Tarasenko and Mikola for Sammy Blais, Hunter Skinner, a conditional fourth, and a conditional first.
Yeah, that's not bad at all.
I don't want to call it a conditional first because it's a first round pick regardless. It just depends on which first round pick it is.
Right.
Then they traded Tyler Mott for Tyler Mott. They traded Gauthier in the 7th for Tyler Mott.
Good value.
They offloaded Kravtsov for William Lockwood and a 7th. That was just a cap dump. They traded Rushev to Nashville for future considerations that nobody gives a shit about.
It gives a contract spot, right?
Yeah, that's just a contract spot. And then the Patrick Kane trade that gives the Arizona Coyotes another superstar on their payroll. Rangers give up a conditional second that turns into a first if they reach the conference final this year.
Hope it does.
But that would be a first in 2024 or 2025 because it would be top 10 protected in 2024.
You know what, dude? I hope it becomes a first. I do.
Yeah. So they gave up a second, a fourth, and Andy Walensky, and they sent a third round pick to Arizona for the extra retention. So
There you go.
a second, a third, and a fourth for Patrick Kane.
That's pretty good value.
Yeah.
Now, what about? Let's take a quick look while we're waiting for the return on that. Let's take a look at the Rangers' remaining schedule and see where we expect them to finish.
That 1 week in March is just so brutal with Pittsburgh.
Yeah, that hell week. Oops. Come on. Work with me here. I gotta download an ad blocker. Jesus Christ.
Ad blockers are lifesavers, man.
Yeah, I'm losing my ass not getting one. Okay. So we got. Oh wow. Then we're off for 4 days. That sucks.
That's huge though. At the same time for
Yeah.
the team to
To heal
especially
up.
Linger to get healthy.
Listen. I can use it. I can get some proper sleep. A couple of days in a row.
Yeah.
But dude, yeah, that Pittsburgh week. Pittsburgh 3 times in a week with Washington in between.
And then Carolina back-to-back games. Like, come on.
Yeah, that sucks, dude. I will actually, believe it or not, I will not be at that game, which I'm really upset about. And I'm at every Rangers game in Carolina. But I will be at, my brother and I will be at this game in Columbus. We're making.
Oh, you're going to Columbus?
Yes, we're making the trip out to Ohio.
Oh, dude, I was in Columbus in January. I have some tips for you to go to if you're interested.
Hit me,
For like
because I'm gonna need
some
them.
bars, for drinks, etc.
Mhm.
Are you driving?
Yes.
Okay. Look, my fiance and I we decided to take an Uber 20 minutes north of Columbus to Dublin, Ohio, because we live in Dublin.
Right.
Dublin, Ohio is nice, man. It's definitely Columbus itself is pretty quiet. It's like they're filming The Walking Dead there.
Oh man. Okay.
It's quiet, but there are some nice bars in the arena area. And if you're in the arena, look, it's gonna be cheap. I'm telling you.
Dude,
We
tickets in the
got- we-
100s, almost against the glass, are less than $50.
Yeah, but also food and drinks. We got 2 large beers, a bucket of chicken tenders, and a large fries for $26. And an NHL game. Yeah,
What?
yeah.
Dude,
They have a
oh
kid-
my god.
They also have a Tim Hortons stand on the concourse where they sell donuts and tidbits and coffee. And
Jesus Christ. Well, now I'm actually really excited to go there. I didn't realize
Yeah.
it would be that inexpensive.
And definitely before the game, make your way up to the
We got the
area
return, by the way.
What
to the
was it?
area where they have the
I tagged
cannon.
you.
what is the? You can take a picture with the cannon at the arena.
That's
A fourth,
What?
Andrei Schuster writes to Nestorenko. What? That's it? Fuck, I would have paid that for Klingberg.
seriously.
Yeah.
I mean,
Can you imagine replacing Braden Schneider with John Klingberg just for the playoffs?
that's wild. I mean, something's better than nothing, but dude, that is pennies. That is literal pennies.
Yeah. Like, I want to see Braden Schneider in the playoffs because he's a really good young defenseman and I want him to play. But for that return,
I
Jesus.
know. That's ooh. Oh man, I can't believe that was the return for Klingberg.
Yeah, that's
So with today, there was the biggest value thing that was traded today was a second round pick.
Was there no first round pick today?
No,
nope.
Jordan Greenway for a second and a fifth.
Not even a
biggest deal.
conditional that turns into a first.
Yeah, that was literally the entire deadline today. Wow.
Honestly, Klingberg was the guy that where I expected a first to be involved.
Whether conditional or something else.
Yeah, no, seventh, fourth, fifth, a fifth and a seventh, another fifth, a fourth, a second and a fifth, a sixth. Yeah, no first rounders traded today. Wow.
So who's this Nestorenko guy? Oh wow, that is who is that? So I guess this must be his dad or something. Nikita Nestorenko from
Yeah, it's
Brooklyn.
gotta be him.
Yeah, I think he's in college still. Is he?
BC, yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, from Brooklyn. Wow, hold on. That's a decent player right there, dude. 30 points, 32 games.
Hmm.
Okay, so maybe there's something to it then, because those are not bad numbers.
Interesting.
Now here's a real question: Oh, come on, get these ads out of here. No free ads. No one look. No one look. Okay. All right, let's see. I just want it. What? There we go. That's what I wanted to see. You know what? Not a bad player. That was probably the main focus of the deal then. That's more valuable than the fourth round pick, I'd say.
Mm.
Okay, so I guess that's where the value lies within the Klingberg trade. Interesting. Okay.
He was.
Yeah, that is interesting.
I think he was like a fifth or a sixth round pick.
Yeah.
A couple of years ago.
That's interesting. That is very interesting. Well, I mean, I can't even say it was a disappointing deadline because the week leading up to the 2 weeks was crazy.
Listen, guys, listen. This guy's in college, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think he has to sign by August 15th. He can become a college free agent on August 15th, and he was born in Brooklyn, New York.
That Nestorenko guy? Where?
Do you know where I'm going with this? You know where I'm going with this?
Yes, because now you have okay. So hold on. Now here's a good question. Where can I find the list of pending college UFAs?
I'll try to find an article for you because they always write articles around this time of year.
Because that's interesting, dude. Now I know like the Rangers are huge on their college UFAs, and we haven't really had very many, come out too great lately. But dude, it never hurts to have these guys. Like Rushoff was one that maybe we had some expectations for, but
Look, Neil Pionk, Matt Gilroy, Jimmy Vesey, Kevin Hayes, technically Adam Fox, although we traded for his rights, of course.
Trevino, here's another one. He's not really
Bobby Trevino, yeah. And they don't all work out, but if you can get them, man, it's a free asset.
Yeah. Let's see. Kodorenko, that's a guy. He got hurt this year, right?
Yeah. Kodorenko had some unlucky breaks. He had some injuries in college as well. But I think he's probably gonna retire after the season. He's not really into the whole pro hockey thing. He plays hockey because he likes to, but he's a smart kid, and he has some jobs lined up that he could go into if he wants to. Especially now with the injury that he's dealing with again, I wouldn't be surprised if he just calls it quits and goes into a normal job.
How about Will Butcher? Talk about a fall from grace, man. The highest touted college UFA since VC, and he had a great rookie year and then just fell off.
Yeah, yikes.
Who was it? It was Butcher, and who was the other guy? Was it Kerfoot?
Yeah, Butcher was drafted by Colorado, and Kerfoot was drafted by New Jersey,
And then
they signed for the opposite team. They could have just traded their rights and not worried about the whole thing.
Yeah, because Kerfoot still has, Kerfoot turned out to be a pretty good little player.
Mm-hmm.
What about who was it? Kerfoot, Butcher. I mean, who was the other big college UFA recently that ended up being a nothing burger? Kerfoot, Butcher. It was after Kerfoot and Butcher.
There's so many of them, man. Do you remember the team he signed with? Do you mean Mike Vecchione?
No. I think he ended Adam Gaudette, because that was the draft pick the Rangers had. We traded for Rafi Diaz, and he's another guy that just turned into nothing.
Okay.
Yeah, Gaudette. Yeah, look, he won the Hobie Baker. 17-18. 60 points in 38 games, and just actually had a good year right there, but otherwise he's been pretty much nothing. I'm going to go pull up that link you just sent me.
Henry Troon was traded. He was drafted by the Ducks, I think. And he was.
Oh, I've seen this list.
He was traded to San Jose. He's in the Sharks organization now. He's a guy that I wouldn't be surprised goes the free agent route in August. Played with Zach Jones in college.
There you go.
He's from Massachusetts, so I don't know. Who knows? But yeah, Nikita Nestorenko, born in Brooklyn.
Why not give it a shot, dude?
There
Like you
go.
said, it's literally free. And the Hartford Wolfpack are always devoid of talent. So why not bring in a guy that could create offense potentially? Because he looks like a scorer. Playing with Cutter Gauthier, so I mean, dude, why not? Well, you got to figure. So who do the Rangers have coming up next year that are probably going to be playing in the AHL? Potentially Ottman, Cooley. Korzak will officially be in the AHL full time because this is last year of OHL or CHL eligibility.
Jaden Grube if he signs.
Right, Jaden Grube. Do you think the Rangers re-sign Payuniemi?
Brad Berard.
Oh, right, Berard. What about Payuniemi? Do you think the Rangers keep him?
Probably. I mean, he's been decent for them.
Yeah.
And why not? Usually, if a player has been okay, they usually give the players coming off their ELC at least an RFA extension.
Right, if nothing else.
Yeah.
You got Brodzinski.
Reward for the hard work.
Exactly.
Edstrom's coming over from Sweden because he'll be eligible for the AHL. Sikora, they're 100% going to bring him over because they just cannot help themselves.
That's true. That's very true. What about Gettinger? Do you think they keep re-signing Gettinger, or do you think they finally just let him walk?
I think at some point you're gonna have to let him walk because,
Well, but like the thing with the Wolfpack is they've never had. I don't want to say lifers because you never want to damn a man to only being an AHL forward his entire career. But like, why not get a guy like Tim Gettinger, keep him around, and let him grow into a leader with the Wolfpack, and then you finally have a leader in your minor league organization.
Yeah, maybe.
Hey, money talks.
It wouldn't hurt. Looking at this list, man, it's just not.
Riedel just got traded.
No, he did not.
Who?
Riedel got traded. According to Shayna.
Interesting.
Okay.
That'll end up being a minor league swap then, I guess.
Yep.
Oh, so the Rangers did make a trade today, y'all. All right. I wonder what they traded him for. Because Riedel, I was about to say, I wonder if they were going to let him walk.
Dominoes.
Mm-hmm. You know who actually, and I talked to Ricky Milliner the other day. He said Ty Emerson has not been bad at all. Apparently, Ty Emerson's been pretty good for the Wolfpack.
Yeah.
Imagine we trade Nemeth and actually get like a 5th or 6th.
Oh my God, we got Anton Bleed.
No, we did not.
Yeah.
Why would Colorado give up Anton Bleed? This is like the reverse of, well, maybe not Ryan Graves for the other idiot, but this is a. Why would they make that move? Dude, that is a perfect bottom 6 playoff call-up. Wow, I wonder why they made that move. There's got to be something to that.
Riedel wasn't going to play for the Rangers, and Colorado might play him, you know?
That's kind of crazy, though. That's kind of crazy.
Anton Bleed.
That's not a bad addition by any means.
Look, I'm only thing I'm excited. Only reason I'm excited is because I like his name. But the guy's decent. You know, look, as a fourth liner, yeah, fuck, get some depth.
Dude, you might as well. He's played NHL games. He's played for the Bruins organization. He's played under guys that are leaders and know how to win.
And you know what? This might be the call up to replace Mott while he's out.
I think you're right. Let's see, Anton Bleed. We'll just look at some of the miscellaneous stuff because why not?
I'm gonna head out now, guys, because I gotta go. So have a good rest of the stream.
Been a pleasure, brother.
For sure. I'll get you guys on another stream next time too, for sure.
Hell yes, man.
All right, see ya.
Take care. So look, 11.72 hits per 60. So he throws hits. He plays physical. No giveaways. There you go. And let's see what his penalties are.
Can't give away the puck if you never have it.
Exactly true.
Just kidding.
No, honestly, not a bad pickup at all. Why not?
Look, you get a guy for Riedel who wasn't going to play for you anyway.
Exactly. Ooh. That must be why Sean Monahan didn't get traded, because he's done for the season. But still, I wonder why Montreal does not trade Drouin or Edmondson or anybody else. Why hold on to those assets? It's weird.
I don't know. Jonathan Drouin is pretty much done.
Yeah. I would have thought Colorado would have taken a flyer on him just because he played with Nathan McKinnon, and maybe there could be some sort of, what's it called, reclamation project type deal, but I guess they did not feel the same way.
Oh.
That's wild. All right, let's go ahead and end the stream. Guys, thank you everybody who came out and hung out with us today. That was a blast. I think the longest stream I ever had. Thank you guys for the comments, the donations, the all things, everything. That was an absolute blast. Steven, thank you a million for coming and hanging out today. That was freaking awesome. Great coverage as always. And next year we'll have the bingo card out, so we'll make it even more
fuck
interesting.
Yes, definitely.
The Quip bingo card.
We need bingo cards.
That's going to be fun. Guys, thank you so much for coming out. I'll see you all in the next one. Peace out.